Here we are, the weekend. Easter weekend to be exact. But you wonder if they're coloring any eggs at Deebo's house. Fans have launched a hostile social media campaign at Deebo. The bully is getting bullied. The ongoing contract extensions talk between the Niners and Deebo Samuel have been somewhat of a mystery to most fans, other than the ones that are walking around saying they know everything that's going on, when you know they don't, because the 49ers keep everything pretty much hush-hush. But it is leading to a lot of noise. No official details of the talks have been released from Santa Clara. That's the bottom line. Assumptions and typical media spin has been all the information that interested parties have been privy to for the most part. Earlier today, wide receiver Deebo Samuel was victimized by angry fans who took position on the contract talks and attacked Deebo with judgments based on what? See, this is the thing I'm saying, you know. You can take what you read for what it's worth. It's some words on a piece of paper. Until I see what the 49ers have said, I don't know why we have to go so far, but we do. So tonight, going to the phones for your take on the situation that has suddenly gotten ugly with certain fans regarding the standoff between Deebo Samuel and the Niners front office. What would life be without drama? Let's get right into this. Since William Roberts always pointed out, he's already pointed out I'm late. Sorry, William. Anyway, Deebo said users on social media have been sending him death threats and racist messages. Via Ari Mirov, My Sports Update tweeted, quote, 49ers wide receiver Deebo Samuel says he's gotten death threats and racist messages from fans likely over his contract situation. Deebo says it doesn't bother him. Sad this stuff still happens, unquote. Yep, 2022. As you know, Deebo recently scrubbed his Instagram page of any references to the 49ers, and he stopped following the team on the website as he reportedly seeks a new contract. It's unclear if the messages are related to Samuel's rumored desire for a new deal, though. Actually, that's a fact. And in a courtroom, that's the way it would sound, too. But, of course, the timing of the action would prompt conclusions, and it did. Deebo has been public about his desire for a new contract. And that's been for a while now. He was joking with fans on Twitter about what a deal could look like after seeing some of the money wide receivers were getting at the start of free agency. Who could blame him? I mean, man, I'm looking around, I'm seeing all the guys that I did more work than they did this season getting paid way more than me. You know, Deebo tweeted, quote, and he was laughing at things were going on the internet. Man, I laughed so hard at this. Deebo was looking at Niners Nation tweet that read, Deebo Samuel's projected extension, 4 years, up to $567 million on Twitter. And Adam Schefter's involved. Really, Adam? You know that would never happen. So, yeah. I see, but you wonder if anybody took that seriously, right? $567 million. How much is Mahomes getting? Isn't he somewhere along that? You know, that's, Anyway, Matt Mielko of NBC Sports Bay Area noted the Niners have a history of signing their core players to extensions, but it tends to take them longer than it might for another team, which is really becoming a pain in the ass. Mielko decided the extensions for George Kittle signed in August of 2020. August. We're getting ready to go on the field for the real season, August. We're just not getting that done. Why, Parag, Jed, John, why? Is it necessary to wait that long? And Fred Warner signed in July 2021. Fred was early. July? Oh, my God, that's early for the 49ers. Those are examples. But GM John Lynch told reporters in February that long-term extensions for Samuel and Nick Bosa have, quote, been budgeted for. Well, if that be the case, what is the problem? What is it? Just get it done already. A lot of things have changed in the last couple of months because of that, especially with regards to the receiver market. Now you've waited too long, 49ers. Now you got yourself in a situation, wait a minute, we didn't see this coming. Yeah, well, you did, you should have. And Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams have signed the largest deals for wide receivers by average annual salary after being traded from their previous teams. Huge money. Adams' deal with the Raiders is the richest in NFL history for a receiver at 5 years, $141 million, $25. Woo! God! Stephon Diggs, who signed an extension with the Buffalo Bills on April 6, ranks fourth on that list with an average salary of $24 million. 49ers, you could have got ahead of all of this. Samuel is scheduled to earn $3.986 million in 2022, the final season of his rookie contract. And wouldn't it be a shame if something bad happened to him, right? That's what he's thinking, right? Deebo was one of the best offensive players in the NFL last year. There's no argument with that. And nobody can contest that. Nobody. He set a career high with 1,405 receiving yards, led the league with 118.2 yards per reception, ran for 365 yards, and scored 14 TDs. That's a hell of a production for one man. But plenty of us have applied the one hot summer day does not a summer make. You know, I understand it. I do. I don't appreciate it, but I do understand it. You know, which is an analogy directed toward after one big year, Deebo need not expect too much. The Lions' offense took off in the second half of the season when head coach Shanahan began incorporating Samuel into the running game a little more than he was. This offense is predicated by a solid run game. Always has been, always will be. He had 291 yards of offense, 137 yards rushing in the playoffs to help the 49ers reach the NFC Championship game. Make no mistake, Deebo Samuel is a bad man. That's all there is to it. However, let me, you know what? Let me quote a tweet from our very own Papa Dragon, who replied to my outrage post when I first became knowledgeable of what Deebo had been subjected to. I just took what I saw on Twitter and just wrote outrageous over the as Deebo was talking on Instagram, and at Dragon _Papa, who wrote, quote, "I don't agree with Deebo's approach in responding to trolls in his social media activities. Deebo will get paid, but SS isn't helping him right now. Protect your family and brand. Stay off social media, little bro." Unquote. Fam, I reflected upon that for a moment. Did Deebo set this fire by responding to content hurled at him on the internet? Did his actions put him in the crosshairs of the unsavory types? Could this have been avoided? Probably. This is why a lot of people don't even a lot of people, sports figures especially, they don't have social media. If they do, they've got an account that you can't get to. Because if you leave yourself open to these things, like Kendrick Bourne and some others, you end up blocking people. Richard Sherman, they have block parties all the time. But then you got like, you watch Raheem Mostert, and I went after his wife last year, and I was pissed off about that because I said, "You cowardice MFs, you motherfucker." You know, it's his wife. If you're going to go after somebody, go after him. But I have no patience for people who go after people's wives. That is, I want to beat your ass is what I want to do so badly. So, in fact, did Deebo, as I said, set that fire? Does the 49ers front office need to stop dragging ass, as has become a trend just about every season with re-signing players? And should fans also know when to back off? Or do they have every right to voice their opinion regardless of the level of venom with extreme prejudice? See? You're in one school or the other, or you just stay out of it, right? That's the final one. Just leave it alone. But most people nowadays, because of social media, you have a voice. You don't have to be brave or bold. You can be 5'2", weigh 130 pounds, soaking wet. You can talk all the crap you want. Nothing's going to happen to you. You're not going to go down to a bar and talk that way. You're not going to go and find Deebo is coming out to his car and say that, because you could lose your life, right? So this is why social media has made bold individuals out of everybody. So therefore, if you put yourself in that world, you're subjected to these kind of attacks. So I'm leaning toward that direction now. I think Deebo should just stay out of it. Just leave it alone. Just don't give these people a platform to shoot at you, because they're going to do it. So, But fam, I like to know what your thoughts are on this, and let me. And Dre retweeted my quote today. I saw that, so I know he's not happy about it. Because when we do this, we start to take
Hell
up our
no.
own fights with each other. So the whole world behind the
Hell
49ers dragging
no.
ass, as far as I'm concerned, have gotten involved in
You
Deebo's
know me,
business and the
Ronbo.
49ers.
I want to
Dre.
say this. I want to say this first and foremost, Ronbo.
Mm.
Anybody that's in there listening right now who is not 18 and over, please step away from the television.
Okay, but okay,
What?
just please don't go too crazy. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, moment taken. What the hell going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, what, what the hell? Well, this is what we came to. But me personally, I really feel like, coming from where I came from, I used to do music back in the day, so I received some of those. It's about you and how you can. There's no excuse. It just explains it. It's how you conduct your business and how people know if you're going to respond or not. You know what I'm saying? Like if they know like you easy tempered,
Mm-hmm.
like if you easy triggered and you gonna fly off at the handle and give a response to every little thing, people will get online and they will troll you. And truth be told, Rombo, I had police investigation into it, and half of the people wasn't even over here, man. They was in a whole nother country,
Mm-hmm.
being fans from somewhere else.
Yeah,
But
I
if you
entertained that
are a
thought too.
Niner,
Yes.
yeah, but if you are a Niner fan, but what it just says, you thought you were a Niner fan and you're racist, your ass is not a Niner fan as of tonight. You have been booted off the shit. You have been voted off by all of the Niner fans. Don't
Mm-hmm.
show up to no more games.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch from home all you want to. I can't tell you what to do in your own house.
Mm.
But you do not represent the Niner faithful no longer. We don't tolerate that. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I really don't think it's our fans. We bash each other play. Other players play and what we think the contract should be. But I don't think by any means necessary that it's our fans. Like I've been online. I done got into arguments with people that didn't call me ugly because I wasn't a Jimmy fan no more.
But the thing is,
I
you
don't know
never,
how that made me ugly.
you know what the thing is though, you just don't run into people who have that kind of rage flowing to that level. I don't need to find Deebo and call him out in that fashion. Because Dre, if you were trying to gain some monetary gain of some kind, why do I need to get mad to that level? I don't. Why am I going to get that mad? Maybe I don't appreciate it because the contracts are taking too long. I may say something about Deebo. You had 1 year, which I think is out of line too. But I may say something about that. But why do I need to call you out your race? Are you that
But I
angry?
hear that. That started a lot of fights at a lot of games, though, Ronbo. And a lot of other
I
states of
know.
it in California were, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People heckling the players, regardless if it's football, NBA, whatever sport it may be. You see people get kicked out the arena all the time because their mama ain't taught them shit.
Yeah.
And that's just the point. That's just the end. That's just the it in all of it all. You ignorant. You know what I'm saying? That man ain't did nothing but play football. You judge his play, not his color. You can't even really see his damn color, really, with the helmet on and all that gear. But until you take it all off, you really don't know what color he is. You know what I'm saying? But
Drake,
it all goes to show.
and
You know,
the thing is, some people are saying, well, can he prove that really happened? See, this is the thing about legalities and things like that. I can't imagine Debo making that up. That's just too much stress to be
I
added for no
believe it
reason.
happened because it happened to Moster Weiss and him last season. And I honestly feel like it's just it's like a certain group of
No, you had a
Niner fans.
contingent. Yeah.
It's a certain group of them, and I really don't feel like me personally this gonna end well. This is one of the main reasons why Mostert
Yeah.
left.
Yeah. You're
You
right.
know what I'm saying? And if
I
this
am worried about
chases
that.
Debo out of town, it's like that pisses me off all in all because won't no other colored player want to come play for this organization because they're going to be heckled by fans,
Wouldn't that be
and that's not
scary
right.
though, Dre?
We live,
If
yeah.
Debo did request a trade because he doesn't feel like he's appreciated by not the 49ers front office, but the fan base came after me just because I asked for some more money. But yet, when I was out there doing the job, it's go Deebo, and I felt a shot to the chest. We said, "Yes, y'all out there. Well, you talk about go Deebo, and I'm doing work, and all of a sudden when I ask for whatever, now you can come at me." I'm thinking, "Ooh, that is
That's what I say. That's
nasty.
what I
That
say.
is
Like, no,
nasty."
I didn't hear a fan say nothing to Bosa about none of his comments that he made back in his heyday. You know what I'm saying? He made some racial remarks online. Supposedly, nobody blinked an eye at him, and nobody said nothing. But the moment Deebo get online and said he want more money, he voices his opinion based off of his contract. Yes, it was a little immature. Yes, he does need to stay the hell off the line because he is a professional. You know what I'm saying? It should be, they should not allow NFL players online. I mean, I don't see,
Ooh. You know
you know,
what?
you don't see too many people.
But Dre,
Yeah.
you may be initiating legislation that may come down later. There's going to be teams that are probably going to say, "Listen, guys, we don't care what you do in the off season, things like that. But as soon as the season becomes legal, right around mid-April or early whatever, I want all social media accounts to stay shut down." You know, the NFL runs by their own set. They march to their own music, and they set their own rules on a lot of things that you can't get away with outside of the NFL boundaries, right? So I could see that
Right.
coming on next because these kind of things can influence and cause a lot of problems. I don't need my ball players to be anxiety-ridden. I need for them to focus on the game. There's a lot of problems with social media that could affect ball players. It really could.
Yeah, and another thing, Pop said that he thinks what's the problem with this situation, what's the holdup, is that they're trying to backload the contract and bamboozle him on the guaranteed money. So that's what he thinks the holdup is.
Well, do you know what that's
trying
been a
to
story I've heard of many times, and I figured that's what something like that. Well, Dre,
they
we're
trying to
gonna
do the
go
funny money business.
since I came in here late and don't want to make anybody wait too much longer than they need to. But good stuff.
Oh
man.
yeah, for surely.
All right.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And shout out to the faithful, the real faithful.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Y'all be
That's
easy.
what they call them out. I love it. All right, fam. Have a great night, Dre. Let's go see what Jay's got to say. See what I did there? Jay's got to say. Jay, come on in, Jay.
Ronbo, hello.
Jay.
You hear me right?
I can hear you.
Okay. The thing I have a problem with this is that this is like the second time this happened. Last year, remember when Raheem Mostert, when he got hurt, some fans or whatever, they talked, a bunch of crap about his family, pretty much,
Yeah.
right?
They went,
And
well, they
him,
went right to his
they're
wife's
sending him-
page. They went right
they're
to her
sending him
account.
death threats as well. I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
and this is like the second time it happened, and that really sucks. That's like, whoever said that stuff about Deebo, it's understandable if you don't like the guy, but you don't really got to say all that stuff about him. It's pretty, it's going too far. Because put yourself in Deebo's shoes.
Thank you.
He barely had a newborn son, or I don't know. I'm pretty sure a son, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just trying to get paid. Like, if you're a NFL, superstar, basically, wouldn't you want to get paid a lot of money? Because look, Deebo's 26 right now, and who knows, he may never get another big contract like this one, So he's just trying to just cash in, because he had a good season this year or whatever.
Hey, Jay,
And
this is a game where on every snap, you actually do put your life on the line. Somebody could take you out on every play. So I don't know why we got to be that angry about players asking for more money. It really is kind of silly.
it is silly, it ain't our money,
Okay.
but
Thank you.
personally, me, yeah. Yeah, but
It's Jeds.
the thing, it's Jeds. Jeds he's a cheapskate, Ronald. He ain't about to pay people all that money though.
Right? And that's why anybody got to worry. If they're so worried about that money, don't worry. Jed is not going to overpay. If anything, he's going to underpay. He's never going to overpay. God.
Yeah. Personally, me, I wouldn't pay no one $30 million. Maybe a quarterback. No offense, but that's it. Only a quarterback because it's the most
Well, you know,
value.
the standards are going up. I mean, a quarterback's going to get paid ridiculously soon. They already are. What am I
Oh
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah. Yeah,
And,
we are.
you know, every position follows. Well, people were getting paid 10, 15 years ago. Can you imagine what Jerry Rice and these guys are thinking?
Mhm.
I'm in the Hall of Fame. It don't mean nothing. These guys make more money in 1 year than it took me 3
Yeah.
years to make, you know?
Hmm.
So, you know, that's the way it's going to go. And these guys are getting big pay now. In 10 years, their money's going to be small money. The NFL is just constantly evolving in that direction.
Yeah. And Ronbo, did you hear about Jimmy Garoppolo seeing at somewhere Ronbo? Somewhere special?
It's another Jimmy joke. Last time I was in Vegas. What is he doing now?
He was seen at a Hooters Ronbo, I'm pretty sure. That's pretty honestly, like if Jimmy's really living the best life, Ronbo, like he's taking care of that
Listen,
shoulder Ronbo at Hooters. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
get back to me. When you tell me that the Hooters girls were laying down on a table and allowing Jimmy to lay down between those Hooters and using them for a pillow, then then you got a story.
Well, you know, Jimmy Garoppolo is, you know, being a commercial at Hooters instead of Subway. Let's be honest here, Ronbo. But his good looks, you know. I'm sure any Hooters girl would love him, you know.
Oh, you know, Hooters
But,
is
you know.
going down anyway. Hooters is like, how many
Yeah.
Hooters are open? They've closed down so many operations now. They're going to need somebody to help them out, which is very strange.
Yep.
I've
Well-
always appreciated Hooters.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I don't got
Food
really
sucks.
nothing much else to say, but you know, start Trey. We better start Trey this year, Ronbo. You know,
All right.
that's it. You know.
He's
But yeah, you have a good day, Ronbo.
You too, Jay. And I'll look for you Sunday.
Yep.
Late day though.
Fire
It's
Jimmy,
Sunday.
by the way.
Yeah.
Fire
You just
Jimmy.
you just found him at Hooters. He can become president of Hooters. He doesn't need this job. Like Jay.
Yep. Okay, you have a good day, Ronbo. President.
CEO and everything else. He owns the company now. Hey, it is Papa Dragon. Pop, get on in here, man. I just got through quoting you.
What is going on? Don't people understand, Ronbo, that 87% of the people on social media are trolls?
You know what? I bet that's true. Is that actually been established and surveyed? I mean, you know, yes, I believe it too. Seriously.
Not officially, but my boy Bill Burr said that.
But hey,
He said
Pop,
that.
just like
He
I just
goes-
got through told you, you know, you and I we can go into any drinking establishment and have a conversation. There could be a dude sitting right next to us, 2 or 3 dudes sitting next right to us, and we're sitting there talking about his team. He ain't gonna jump in front of our face. You guys got a problem with what? I'm a Rams fan. So? You gonna sit next to me and talk that way? Look, man, you know what? You about 2 seconds. You know, you jump in somebody's face talking like you're doing. I could have knocked you out already. See, now things get crazy, right? But they can't, on social media, you have to worry about that punch coming out of nowhere. So you know what I'm saying?
No,
Social media has
you
made
don't.
bad dudes out of a lot of people.
I mean, you know, and it's just it's really unfortunate. I mean, it's not like we knew how to talk to each other before social.
Well, yeah, but
Now
we knew when to
it's
stop.
just-
I mean, you didn't say the wrong thing to a person you
Oh
think.
no. We know. No, you're right. You're right about that. We knew when to stop because, like I said, it could go to a certain level, you know. But we say things to each other via social media now that's just unfathomable to say to people,
Right?
you know, to their face. Now,
Right.
obviously, I think the world has been a little bit more emboldened after, you know, having a certain person in charge of the country for a little while. You know, a lot of people have been really emboldened with that First Amendment and the gun laws and stuff. But, you know, ultimately, it's all of our fault, really. I mean, a lot of us, you know, we put labels on everything, and we don't take the time to look at what's underneath the packaging. You know, we don't take that opportunity. You know, and it's like people don't want to believe certain things happen, and they actually do happen. But just like people don't want to believe that, you know, you could look at a situation, there's fault on both sides, and people don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, you look at, you know, Kaepernick. I think social media is one of the things that destroyed his career, personally.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons.
Yeah,
Because
because the NFL
again,
would have been able to ignore it, but since everybody's talking about it, you can't ignore it.
that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that social media now is news, right? Because
Huh?
remember, Colin Kaepernick had the police officers dressed as pigs, or pigs dressed as cops on his socks.
Yep.
That was circulating on social media, and then I think he was about to get signed by Baltimore. Then his girlfriend posted some kind of like, you know,
Oh yeah.
uh,
She
like a racist meme from Django,
and,
and then the owner was like, "No, screw
and
that."
by the way, Pop, I just want to add to
Owner
that.
pulled the plug.
I just want to piggyback on that too. I got into a lot of trouble. I don't know that Nick Bosa, I never seen him. I saw a lot of things on his page, but I never seen anything come from him written derogatory remarks toward black people. And that's why when people go, Nick Bosa is racist, I say, you know what, guys? Nick Bosa is a celebrity, has been in Ohio State the whole time. Nick probably saw and liked things without even reading them, because people do that all the time. If I got thousands and I actually do that on Instagram all the time, I don't always stop and read everything carefully. I just want everybody to know I see you, I'm responding. I'm not a snob, or whatever the case may be. It doesn't reflect upon my feelings exactly. You got to go back and read everything like that. You'll be there for 5 or 6 hours, you know. So that's why I took up.
You know, and I agree that you have to look at intent. But Bosa's situation is that your perception of the world is your bubble. So your perception of the world is what you see most of the time, right? So he comes from a conservative family, from the South, from Florida.
Yep.
And I guess his girlfriend was dropping the N-bomb, right?
Yeah.
But she wasn't dropping it. She wasn't dropping it in a contemptive way. She was dropping it
in the way Jay-Z and others have made it popular.
Exactly.
Don't get me started on that. God.
So it's like the same appropriation that many people have done over the years. That take a word that they think is cool because they hear it in a rap song and say it. Because I knew a lot of white boys coming up that knew more of the NWA lyrics than I did.
And address you and like Denzel Washington, my ninja.
That's what I'm saying.
I want you to watch. Okay, you can watch it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, so it's like me personally, I don't use the word, but you know, I got schooled as to why not to use the word. So when you have someone that's been in those civil rights protests and they show you the bite marks from dogs.
Yep.
And he was a Barbie. He was like, I don't appreciate you guys using that language in the shop. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things you have to make a decision to not use it. And the other thing, you have to make a decision and look at what the context is. Because a lot of times the context isn't what you think it is. Just because someone says something doesn't mean exactly. It doesn't mean that they're hateful and mean and stuff like that. But that's part of it. But Bosa addressed it in one of his press conferences. He said, "Hey, look, I've come out here. I'm in a different place now." He goes, "I'm out here in California. I'm learning about a lot of different people, and some of the viewpoints I had were off."
Yeah.
Because again, when it comes to racism does not stand up to contact.
Nope.
It just doesn't. So as long as you're away from somebody and you want to hate them, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
But the minute that they're at the same table as you, breaking bread, before you know it, you realize, well, they have a mother and father too. Oh, well, crap. They like the Dukes of Hazzard just like I like the Dukes of Hazzard. I love the Dukes of Hazzard when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where it's like, why waste time? What these people did is that they just wasted time out of their lives being negative. And you only get one life, so why be negative? I'm serious. If you only get one life, why live it with that darkness, that hatred?
Strive to
you only
be
get one
happy.
side of it.
Yes.
Exactly. I lost an uncle this past Monday.
Oh, I'm sorry. To hear that,
so it's like, oh, dude, it's terrible. And it's not only terrible that you lose an uncle, but you lose it and you haven't been able to see him for a couple of years because of all this lockdown madness.
Yes.
So it's like the trolls that are on social media, honestly, what they are really weak-minded.
Mm-hmm.
They're soulless,
mm-hmm.
and they're spreading their misery. Mm-hmm. What they need to do is go get a girlfriend. Go get a hug from somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Stop being so negative all the damn time. And the Deebo, like I said, you quoted what I said. I appreciate that because those are wise words.
No, I agree. Right now, that's why I quoted you. You got to stay away from these people.
Yeah.
Don't get in their way.
Right. Deebo has to understand that he's not just a black man. He's not that first. What he is first is a man. What he is first is a father. What he is first is a provider. And he has the opportunity to be a leader, to be a leader of men. He has that opportunity if he wants to take those steps, but those steps take integrity. They take wisdom. What he's doing right now ain't wise. Popping on social media with a gigantic, Ric Flair championship belt around his neck. That's not leading. That's not integrity. That looks like somebody who's enthralled with themselves. That looks like somebody who's advertising to criminals out there that he's got stuff to take.
Mm-hmm. We got to pull up. But while that's true, it still worries me that people will go off like that. And you probably already taught your daughters about the evil on planet Earth already to prepare them, especially at this age, to be able. And it's a defense system that you instill in your children to let them know here is the way it is, and here's what you expect, and here's where I'd like to see you react, and how you think. It's like an ongoing thing, because my sister's teaching her young boys, and I worry about them all the time. She's teaching them a lot of things they need to go as black males in America. And I say, give me why don't you just homeschool them until they get 22? They have no social grades or skills, though. You can't protect them. I'm just kidding.
But you can teach them to be smart and to make better decisions and hang out with a better group of people. You definitely can teach them that, and that's what I teach my girls.
Yeah.
And I'll end with this. Today we were in a local music store because we needed to get some repairs on some equipment, and I had one daughter in one room playing guitar. And I had another daughter playing drums. She's playing drums for the first time, like she has the electronic set, but she's playing an acoustic set for the first time. And picking out the part that we're going to buy for her. And people are walking by her, watching her play drums. And they're like, wow. He goes, how old is she? I'm like, she's 9. And like the other one, there's my other daughter, and they're playing Metallica. She's 9. But it's not
Metallica?
Me imposing my will onto them. It's me basically getting the children to choose to do something on their own, getting them to choose, making better decisions as opposed to me trying to tell them to do what I want them to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what we have to learn, is let people be individuals and make their decisions and support it. I support Deebo. Don't like the way he's going about it. I supported Kaepernick. I didn't like the way he went about it. I support both those gentlemen, but trust me, if I had a son or if my daughters are in situations like that, I will basically tell them, hey, there's a smart way to do it, and there's a not smart way to do it.
There you go.
And these two fellas aren't doing it the smart way, because these are not helping negotiations. These are not changing negotiations. They may not even hurt negotiations, but it hurts him, because if fans are coming at him like that, it'll hurt him. And one day his wife will read a tweet, it'll hurt her. And who needs that shit?
Nobody. And fam,
we're trying to win a championship.
We really do have to pull up on that. But listen, I'm gonna tell you what. It sounds like you're doing good work. Let me see you Sunday, okay?
Oh, and Ronbo, she taught herself how to play this Metallica song. I didn't even teach her.
That's outrageously. That's a natural talent. Because Metallica, that's not just average guitar playing. All right, fam. I'll see you Sunday.
She's 9. All right, man.
It's a natural.
Later.
All right, fam. Night. Yo, T-Flow and Ali.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Hey, T-Flow, man. Look at Deebo, man. Deebo's he's under the gun, man. The dude is crawling on his stomach trying to get under the fire. But it's like I was saying, oh man, it's like Pop just pointed out too. Maybe this could have been avoidable. Just leave those people alone. Don't set yourself in a position to have to go through war with people on social media. That's a never-ending battle. Then again, I'm tired of the 49ers taking all day long every year to sign people. Don't wait all the time like that. And then all of a sudden, when everybody else gets signed, whoa, I guess we waited a little too long here. Listen, can we talk about this a little longer? And now it's too late, John. And also, fans. Is the world of fans, is it time for social media to start policing things a little more? I know it's freedom in America is never going to change. But, sometimes you wonder if things would be better off if some things were controlled a little bit, especially social media. Because if Elon Musk gets a hold of Twitter, it's going to get worse. But in the meantime, hey, what are you thinking, fam?
Hey, Rambo, that's why a lot of great players, they have publicists. All right? and basically not only that, I think for the rookie symposium, is that before you press send, you think about what you're doing. And
True.
I'm pretty sure like Deebo needs to get surrounded by some people and be like, look, there's consequences if you start scrubbing things while you're still under contract. You know, like you shouldn't be playing these games because you might get a lot of hate towards that way because that was obvious, but I didn't think it was going to be like racist stuff. Like that's
right?
ridiculous.
I mean, come on, he's just trying to get paid, guys. What is the problem?
Yeah,
You know?
he's just trying to get paid, but man, dude, like I didn't think like I knew hate was gonna come that way, but not like this. I thought it was gonna be like, man, I thought that hate would be like, dude, you just played 4 years. What consistency does anybody have that you just had one good year? Where's your consistency? Like, what makes you think you should be paid one of the highest paid?
I've been watching Deebo. I've been liking him, and all of a sudden,
Same thing with me. I got 3 jerseys of him.
What's I'm saying? I could do a full 360 and hate on this dude with that magnitude. I gotta call him names. Dude, I got something to say. I could say, Deebo, dude, you know the team is struggling, blah blah blah. You know, you can help us out or something like that. I ain't got to get all nasty about it. That's what I'm shocked about.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. You don't get all nasty. It's like, dude, all it is everybody has opinions. But then again, when it comes to race, that's just uncalled for. When it comes to racism or anything like that, that's just uncalled for. You know what? Like that's why you know where we live, we have sides where hey we can agree to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean you know like it should be no farther than that. It shouldn't be no farther than anything. Just agree to disagree, but nothing like throwing racism at him, his family, or anybody. Even with the Raheem, I was discussing with the Raheem. I was like, man, I thought we had great fans. That's what we thought.
I know.
But,
see, but you know what? There's some truth to also. Who's the first caller? Dre. I think some of these people are not. They're not 49er fans. They see an opportunity to get things all stirred up. I bet they probably
kind of think so
probably
too.
Rams and Hawks fans. Maybe not the Rams.
Yeah, I kind of think
Hawks fans. I can see them though. Cowboy fans. Oh hell yeah.
See, just with any future young players right here, this is one things that you shouldn't do because I'm pretty sure Kyler Murray's getting hate too, but they're not really making it out that. But then again, it's like someone has to tell these young players, like, look, you're still young, you're still gonna get paid. Like it all depends. Like, look, you're playing a kid's game, getting paid millions of dollars. Just because you want like a $60 million guaranteed instead of a $40 million, $40 million is still great. It's like, dude, come on. Like, you have one great year. Like, do you really need $60 million guaranteed, 50-some guarantee million? Because, and from what I heard, $40 million is still great. $30 million is still great guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, and just not only that, like, Deebo has to understand, like, look, when you go in flying, like, you're all about the money. You're all about the bling.
Mm-hmm.
You're all about the, the drip. Is basically, look, people don't see, hey, are you really in it for the Niners? Are you really in it to play football? Are you willing in it to be like, hey,
that usually
you know what?
is the first thing that crops up in a lot of minds. But you know what though, T-Flow, this is a generation that wants everything quickly. They want it now. So this is kind of something we're gonna have to get used to. The kids that come out of school next year, if they do spectacular things in the first 2 years of rookie contract, this is going to be an ongoing thing. You're going to see a lot of guys just coming out of school talking about, yeah, I'm worth more than that rookie contract, and I need to have an extension or conversation about it now. Because you look at Kyler Murray, and he failed badly last year, and he's got the gall to come in and say he needs more money. And I'm thinking, you got a lot of nerve. You sucked toward the end of the year.
You got a lot of nerve,
but you really
still,
badly.
Like no, race should not come upon. Just speak about football. If anything, just keep it about football. That's all it is. Keep it about football. Race, any gender, kind has nothing to do with it. Keep it about football, right? Because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about football. We ain't talking about politics, right? We ain't talking about none of that because now that's what we're digging into is politics now because now we're talking about racism and all this stuff. Talking about what's going on. Let's keep it about football.
So that's why, you said, publicists should be, but T-Flow, you have your own personal opinions. If you hire a publicist, you hire somebody to monitor your social media, they're not going to say the things you want to say. You're going to read it yourself, right? I'm going to see what I said today.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
let me
call him and tell him this,
Yep, we're not doing it. We're not saying it because you know what? You're gonna generate this kind of people, and basically we want to save your image. This is what we want.
Yeah.
Right,
and you should discipline yourself to understand that to be the reason why you're not allowed to get on here and just go buck wild with a bunch of people trolling you all, because they're going to continue to troll you, probably even when you're having a good season. Other fans from other teams will do that. So.
Yeah, because basically, if there was a publicist, I would tell Deebo, like, look, check it out. Look, if you do this stunt, you're going to see a lot of people that are going to hate you because a lot of these fans, they love this team. They see how much money you get paid right now. You're getting paid like 100 times more than what everybody else, what all the fans pay for.
Point. That's the main thing. People are trolling you. Yeah, they think that you're in an envious position as it is, and you got the nerve to complain. But like I said, it's a scary game.
And so like I would have checked Deebo, be like, hey, dude, don't scrub none of your accounts, don't unfollow because now you're paying petty. Because now all the love that you get, it might generate hate because, like, dude, they love this 49er team. They love them. And the minute you're talking about an individual, like, I want the money instead of be like, hey, you know what? I got to resign. The team needs to resign players. You know what? Hey, I'll take a little paycheck, but make sure, give me this guarantee with the probably, 2-year guarantee so I can restructure after. Because so basically, I can get another payday or something else.
Tiflo,
so I get more guaranteed money.
Good perspective. Good. I'll see you Sunday evening after overeating.
Oh yes, sir. Yeah.
All right, fam. You and Allie have a great night.
Yeah.
All right, fam.
Yes, sir. All right, Ronbo, have a good one.
You too. Yeah. Hey, and the law walks in. Hey, Brian. Brian. Now, Brian must be detained right now. Because, 336, is that North Carolina? Hello.
Hello?
Yes, it was this.
This is Levi.
Levi. Hey, Levi.
I can't believe I made it on.
Why not?
I don't know. I tried one time before, and I was just waiting a long time and I ended up giving up.
Yeah, at certain nights, it depends, especially during the season, there's a lot of callers. But Levi, glad you got in here, and pleased to meet you.
Yeah.
And you probably heard about our subject matter, or if you've been listening here for the last few minutes.
Oh, yeah, I hear it all the time. I listen to you almost every week.
Yeah. Levi,
and I know Deebo Samuel is like the big topic.
Mm-hmm.
I got no problem with Deebo doing it. I think the thing that got everybody up in arms is he did the same thing that Kyler Murray did. It's like, just look at what Kyler Murray did. He ain't even got his money yet. And then, like, Deebo saying, it's like probably in the contract negotiation. Cause I'm sure they started, they doing a little early thing, trying to get ahead on everybody. And I think the early offers Deebo was getting, he ain't like it. And then, you go and see our free agency and everybody getting all this money. And everybody like throwing the money around the good wide receivers. And he's like, man, you see what I did?
Mm-hmm.
In the playoffs, I'm basically responsible on the offensive end for us advancing. Dallas, I made that touchdown. Saw that touchdown, Dallas, from come back and beat us.
Mm-hmm.
Packers, I made that play at the end that led us to winning that game.
Shut the door in the pack. That's right.
Because of
Deebo's name. It's always coming up in these situations. But you know what? See, that's why my problem, Levi, is why do the 49ers insist upon we're gonna redo this contract when you redo that contract when we sign them and everything, but we're gonna wait until the last few minutes of off season to get that done. They put themselves. Every year, players are going to get signed at a position, right? And usually the position we are getting ready to sign. Now, the money has been driven up to a level where the 49ers are like, damn, well, it was your fault. Sign the man. What are you dragging butt for? And now it's too much, So your Devontae gets paid crazy money. Tyreek gets paid huge money. Stephon Diggs. And Levi. You know who else is about to get paid? The Rams just can't find a way to do it yet. They got to play Cooper Kupp. And what's he going to get paid? Oh, it's going to make everybody in San Francisco mad.
Wait a minute. What is Cooper Cup's year up. I thought he had a couple years left.
You just nobody wants to wait, because if you wait a couple more years, what if Cooper Cup continues to excel? Now you there's no money, there's not enough money in the bank to pay him now. And it's like Deebo. You know, if he continues to play like this next year and you haven't paid him yet, and that's what the 49ers was trying to get out in front of, right? You pay these guys before the price goes up. And that's what every time longer you wait, the higher the price is going to get. With Nick, I don't know how they're going to do this, but next year you need to sign Nick. You need to, or else it's going to be real expensive for one of these poor teams who got plenty of money, and they don't win any games, but they got plenty of money. That's the way it works, right? They'll get him.
I think my thing is, when it comes to Deebo, is like I said earlier, man. If Deebo, I think if he didn't like scrub the 49ers page, I think that ticked the 49ers fans off.
Maybe.
Like, I think most of the 49ers fans love Deebo.
Yeah.
But then we just scribbled the fans off because the contract negotiations were going slower than everybody else was moving. You know, everybody else is throwing the money off fast and on like they thought. You got Cleveland is throwing $230 million at thing. He's saying money getting thrown out like thing. And he's like, why the 49ers dragging my feet? Didn't you see what our production I did? So I'm like, okay with Deebo, but then he like reminded me of Cali. As soon as and I heard that report, I said, why is he copying Cali? Cali ain't got his money yet. So that's where I am with Deebo. I really don't have no problem with any player wanting that money. It's just that I think, like you said with Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa ain't said nothing. Why Nick Bosa is not scrubbing his page? I'm sure he wants his contract done.
You know, this generation, the guys that are coming out of school from this point on for the next couple of years, this is a fashion statement. All right, if I'm not happy, I'm going to go ahead and disassociate myself with social media with my team. And that sends a message to everybody out there. And I'm not sure, is that to help me gain support for my efforts here? Or do I just want the 49ers to know I'm not happy? That is, to me, that is just out so silly. Stop, you know. But I'm older, so I don't, you know, I don't understand. I can't relate to that kind of behavior because I'm not seeing that until the last 2 or 3 seasons. But oh yeah, I'm mad now. I don't even know you people anymore. You know, what are you doing? Now you're pissing the 49ers off, possibly.
I don't know, man. When it comes to Deebo Samuel, I know the earlier person was talking about leadership, but I don't think Deebo's about leadership. Like, would he even have a captain on his jersey? I think Deebo Samuel, he sees himself as a playmaker, you know, the wide back. I don't really think he sees himself as a leader in the team. No, he doesn't. Like, leaders of the team, that was supposed to be the mature ones and all this stuff. But Deebo has always been like the fun one. He's like the Energizer Bunny. He's like the fun one. I never really saw him as like a leader.
There's no C on his jersey.
I see him as like a key player.
Yeah.
I know every time we have a top player and one of the best players on the team, we always want to like throw them into a leadership position. But do we ever think, should they be a leader? Is he trying to be a leader? He's always about that money. Why do you think he always want all these big fancy chains?
I think
that's
players.
Why he want all his money. So
yeah, I know, right? You can see that. I think players vote on that, don't they? Who's going to get the C on their jersey? Coaches must, but I mean, I think the players.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't really know. I know Jimmy, and then there was a couple other people, but I'm not sure Deebo was a captain, and that could be a reason for it. Like,
I think, yeah,
it's probably the role that Deebo didn't embrace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
he's not gonna get one this year either.
I don't really want to talk all about Deebo. I just want to talk about someone else. I just want to talk about my boy Jimmy Garoppolo.
Everybody does.
Because I mean, I always want to just say I appreciate you, man. Because I hear it all the time too. Calling Jimmy all this, he calls the name. I'm a fan of Jimmy Garoppolo. I appreciate what he did. He's probably like the only player that I'm sort of looking forward to when he get on another team, because I want to see. And I think everybody's waiting to see him on another team. The haters, they waiting to say, oh boy, look at Jimmy. He on this team now, and now he can bad. Yeah. Or you can go to another team, send him to the playoffs, and the 49ers fans won't say nothing about him.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm looking for, too. I want to see Jimmy on another team for that. I don't want Jimmy to go, but it's kind of like, man, nobody deserves this treatment he's getting for so many fans. Like, it's like you can't appreciate players.
And especially ever since he's arrived, we've always been in the conversation to go to the Super Bowl. So this is why I say there was these conversations were taking place before he got here. I really don't understand why he has to get that level of hate. So because we didn't win the Super Bowl when we got there, and last year's NFCCG, nobody cared about anything else that happened in the game. It was all about Jimmy, and you and I both know, watching that game, that was not all Jimmy's fault that we lost the NFCCG. But that's a conversation going on for hours. Levi, we ran out of time. Let me see you Sunday if you got time. Glad you got in here.
I should be on Sunday. I'm still on my vacation, so that's the normal reason why I don't do the call. I'm usually working and listening. So Sunday I'll try to get back on you, and I'll talk about whatever topic you got, and maybe a little on Jimmy. I love my boy Jimmy. All right, man. Niners!
Night, Levi. Hey, let's go back and check out Brian. Hey, Brian. Brian must be really detained. He never misses his name. Bethel.
Hey, Ronbo.
Bethel, man, all hell broke loose. I didn't see this one coming, though. Bethel, there's no player on the team. I'm trying to think of the last year I can remember a player on our team that I could actually hate to that point where I started calling him names and like they did with Mostert, I go after his wife. What kind of person does that? This is why I could never understand. Good Lord, there's no telling what we're surrounded by, Bethel. There's some scary people out there.
Yeah, I was mad at both of them, but the thing is that I don't know why a fan would do that, because if I was a fan, I'd be lucky. If Deebo wanted to be petty and wanted to do something about it, whoever did all those death threats and all that, they're lucky that he's not putting their name out in the media, and people will go after that guy for doing that kind of shit.
That's true.
And then your life is going to be ruined because your boss could see something like that. Hey, why are you doing that in the media? We don't want people like that working for us. You're fired. You're gonna ruin your own life just because you wanted to do something like that. But Deebo's not petty, so he's not gonna do something like that. But if he wanted to, he could have.
With Mostert's wife, a bunch of us were begging her to give us names and usernames. She wouldn't do it. You know what? Because it's a scary thing to do. If the person was getting attacked, if they do that, then they put themselves under the gun as well. So, because now that person is going to be vindictive, and it just turns into a big mess. You want it to stop, so you diffuse it the best way you can by just I got it, but I'm going to let it go.
Yeah, more like that. That's why we have these platforms, or we have, you could talk all the shit you want, you could do all the shit you want, but don't go after a guy and give him death threats. I'm all like, look at Trevor Hill. He did something bad, and the Chiefs fans didn't go after him.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, he did. He did something worse than Deebo, and his fan base was not going after him. Yeah. I'm all like, and you're going after him because he wants more money? Like, nah, you don't do that. Like, you could talk all the shit you want, but you don't, do that. And plus, you don't do that because, other players are not going to want to come and play over here because they're like, oh, I see how the fan base is. If I want more money, they're going to, I'm not going there. Yeah, they're gonna go after me. I'm like, and imagine a rookie, is there, he's gonna think the same thing. He's all like, oh, what, I'm out of here or something, So
yeah, some guys could be real sensitive like that. I guess Deebo's not one because he said he just made it clear on the video. It ain't bothered me, that, don't you? Deebo, because Deebo, man, he's probably been a badass all his life. So all that conversation ain't getting to him.
Yeah, and then plus you don't want to do that also because then as a fan, you go up to him, he's gonna be kind of like, hey, like, you know, you want to hurt me or something.
Yeah.
He's not gonna want to give autographs to people because he's gonna be afraid. He's not gonna be afraid, but he's gonna be cautious that you're gonna try to, you know, do something to him.
You're right.
You know, and
he could change his whole attitude in public. Because Deebo's a pretty nice guy. The way he goes around, he runs, he's tapping people on the hands, he's walking out the stadium, everything. What if he decides maybe I should back off from that because somebody might try to hurt me?
Yeah, so then you're gonna ruin people's fun when you go pay all your money to go watch the Niners. You're gonna ruin that, you know, that quality place when you see Deebo. You're gonna ruin it for other people, like because they're not gonna get autographs or they're not gonna get pictures because he's not gonna want to go interact with the fan base because of what the fan base is doing to him. You know, but other players might think the same thing.
Maybe, but you know, just like I said earlier, a lot of fans are that way online, but in person, they are nowhere near that vicious. I guarantee you. The average individual who's within himself has got confidence about himself and all his life is pretty much on track where it should be. He ain't spending no time going after people like Deebo like that. He ain't. But you catch the other guy. He ain't even at the game to begin with. So, you know, I think it's still sad.
Yeah, so it's, you know, I go, and plus, you know, we don't want, you know, to be like, you know, a fan base known for that kind of shit.
I know, right?
You know, that's, yeah, you know, we should not, you know, be like that.
This is
you
the
know,
second
and
time.
because me as a 49er fan, and I see another 49er fan doing that, that gets me sad that, you know, I see a, you know, 49er fan doing that. Like, that's wrong. Like, you should not do that. If you're going to go do that, then go do it to another team. Go to somewhere else. Don't be doing that in our fan base. You know,
so, you know, it's and unfortunately, it had to happen right about now, too. It's off season when it happens. So, you know, because during the season when players are out there playing, well, with the exception of Jimmy, when he's playing or not, Jimmy's going to get tagged. But Jimmy, hey, they also take a page out of Jimmy's book. Jimmy could give a rat's butt about what people think about him. He just goes on about his business like nothing's happening. One thing I've always loved about G, he doesn't care what you say.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so, you know, but, you know, it just, you know, me, I had a really good, you know, stuff that I was going to say and all that, but, you know, then this came up and I'm like, it's just, I'm like, you know what, you don't, you know, as a fan, you know, you don't do that, you know.
Yeah, I'll be back Sunday. You get the rest of that stuff out, Bethel. We got to go now, though. I'll be looking for you Sunday, and happy Easter between now and then.
All right, Ronbo, hit the like, and remember, be respectful to our players, even though you don't like what they're doing. You know, be respectful and, you know, do that. Don't do that because I know if somebody does that to you, you're not going to like it. So,
I know, right?
You know, don't do it, you know. So, all right, let's go Niners and hit the like.
Thanks, Bethel. See you a little later.
All right, good night.
Night. Hey, yo, Hank.
My man, how you doing, man? Long time no see.
Yeah, Hank, I haven't saw this name in a long time now that you mentioned it. How you doing? I'm doing great. Oh, you know, Hank, things could be better, though. I was shocked and ashamed. This is the second time. Last year when this happened, when 49ers, or I don't know if they're 49er fans, but when fans lashed out at a player in this fashion, and with most of it was his wife. You guys went after his wife? You went after his wife? What, are you serious? And then this year you got Deebo fielding all kind of nasty stuff. I think, you know what? I don't hear about other teams, players enduring this kind of behavior. I'm a little ashamed and shocked. But Hank, what do you make of the situation? And is this something Deebo could have prevented by just not engaging with these folks? Also, could the 49ers actually pick it up a little bit instead of making people wait until 2 days before the season starts to sign people? And, you know, there's so many perspectives you can go to. What are you thinking, Hank?
Well, I'm going to address Deebo in just a sec, but I just wanted to say, you know, if any of those people are watching who decided to make those comments toward Deebo, just don't be petty. It's not that difficult to be a decent person, all right? You know,
True.
we're all 49ers fans, and at the end of the day, we're people, you know, so treat people with the same respect that you want to be treated. But, Ronbo, my main reason for calling in is because, Ronbo, I'm frustrated, man. All season, I was talking about, you know what? Trey's learning. When the season's over, cut Jimmy. We got all this money to spend. We're going to have a completely different team next year. Ronbo, there's a possibility we have a worse team next year. I don't understand what the front office is doing with Jimmy, okay? You've clearly told him you're not good enough by trading those draft picks to get Trey. And what are we doing? We're keeping Jimmy now? You should have got rid of him within the first week of offseason. Should have got rid of him.
He's not necessarily going to be here when the season starts. And in fact, had his shoulder not been operated on, I'm kind of thinking he'd already be gone anyway, though. So, but remember, Hank, last year...
I've been a fan. I'm sorry for interrupting, man. I've been a fan of the 49ers since 2011. And, you know, I've never missed the first game of the season. But the season, to be honest, if Jimmy's our starter, Ronbo, I'm not watching. Yeah. I'll be watching you, Ronbo. To be honest with you, I'm not watching the team. And moving on to Deebo, Ronbo. Listen, when you tell someone they're not good enough, there's no nice way to put that. But if I was the 49ers front office, I would tell Deebo, look, you are not worth what Tyreek and Devontae Adams are getting paid. These guys are Hall of Famers, okay? Devontae Adams was drafted in 2011. He's had not one bad year. Tyreek Hill, I believe it was 2015. These guys are constantly on the field, constantly producing. And Deebo, you are not on that level yet. You're amazing. You carried us to the playoffs last year, okay? But it's not consistent. You're not worth 60, 70 guaranteed when I already know you're going to miss 3 to 4 games next season. You know, there's no nice way to put it, Ronbo. What do you think?
No, this conversation holds merit. I can't even confront that, and I don't really have any desire to do so. What I do want, though, is for the 49ers to stop telling people they're going to re-sign them and then get them in a situation where there's almost have to have an arbitrator come in to finish the deal. Why do we have to make these signings sloppy? Fred was about the best.
Late.
George was a little strange. You made him wait till August. And then you get Fred July. Who else have we signed? You know, can we have a smooth... Diggs got signed. Devontae, as you said, got overpaid. Well, not overpaid, but he got paid big money real quickly. The Raiders didn't wait and fool around. You know, Tyreek, immediately we're going to sign him. If you're going to sign him, would you sign him, please, Niners? And then when other people get signed, all of a sudden you say, ooh, that hurt. Well, yeah, it hurt. You guys set yourself up to be put in that position. Just do it. So, you know.
But you know, there's a reason we haven't heard anything from Nick Bosa. And you want me to tell you the reason for that?
Why?
The guy knows what he's worth. Deebo is trying to take advantage of the previous year because he knows damn well he is not going to do the same thing next year. And the 49ers don't want to screw themselves. Every time they pay somebody, the next season, it's their average. And they don't want to do it again. And it is a little unfair on Deebo's part. He's seeing everybody, hey, look, this guy's getting paid, this guy's getting paid. I'm talking about on our team. And it is a little unfair, but there's logic behind it, Ronbo. He's had 2 good seasons. I'm not going to say he's had 1 good season. Everybody keeps forgetting about his rookie season. Yeah. It wasn't a bad season at all. But still.
2 out of 3 seasons he's been solid, for sure. And then this one being really solid. Yeah.
That's my main point, Ronbo, is he's not at the level of Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is going to change the Raiders. Deebo would probably change the Jets. But if you put him on a team, you know, like Green Bay, you know, where he's got a decent quarterback, he's gonna do all right. but he's still going to miss those games, Ronbo.
Yeah.
That's the biggest issue here, is he gets hurt like hell, and that's because of the way he plays. He plays physical. You saw how Jalen Ramsey tried to tackle him. What do?
Yeah.
He was on his back.
Yeah.
So Deebo's worth it, but I don't know if he's worth it at this point. And he still has one more year on his contract.
Yeah. So the 49ers are in position to do whatever they want to do. But, you can't really bring that to the negotiating table, just talk about how a player's going to get hurt. I doubt that ever comes up with any player. We anticipate you're going to get hurt and miss a certain amount of games. They may think that in the back of their mind and want to temper what they want to do just from that perspective, but they're not going to sit there and tell Deebo, we're concerned with the fact that you may not be able to play. Also, that was one of the reasons why the 49ers went and got another quarterback. It isn't that they think, because Kyle has said over and over again he thinks Jimmy's a good quarterback. The problem is we don't know how long Jimmy's going to last. Now, they may have not told Jimmy's agent that, but they know Jimmy's got a history of going down at some point in the season, which is why we lost out in 2020, 2018. The both years that he stayed on the field, 49ers thrived. So now I'm thinking Kyle's thinking, okay, well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens coming up toward opening day. Like you're saying, I don't know where Jimmy's going to be. But if he is on the team and the 49ers can't trade him like they're talking about, if we can't get anything what we feel is worth the trade, we're not going to do it. That's a very interesting thought. I don't know what their plan is, but we'll see. I think they're bluffing for the most part, because if he's still on the team, it causes a big problem. Trey's not, I don't think, capable of beating him out just yet. But that is going to be in itself a problem, because Kyle Shanahan's going to want to win, and he's going to go with a guy that he knows he can win with. So that's why I think they got to get rid of Jimmy, or else we're never going to see Trey get on, go through his lumps, and go to the next level.
Our offensive line is to be honest, is terrible. Besides one, I'll make it two. Our center is pretty good in Alex Mack, but it's just frustrating, Rombo, because the Rams are having the off season that we were supposed to have. Meanwhile, we can't even keep our own player.
I know. Well, they lost Whitworth though, at least. Anyway, hey, we're gonna go. Good to hear from you.
If he wanted to play, he would probably still be out there, Ramos. So.
I know, right?
It's just frustrating, man. I mean, and you're a diehard just like I am, Rombo. You've been a fan longer than I am, and it's just frustrating. The Rams. I just want to know what the hell they're doing. Where's all this money coming from?
Because they're lying, and somebody's going to find them out sooner or later. Them and the Cowboys, We're going to find out later. Anyway, hey, good to hear from you. We're going to go, and I'll have a great week. And Sunday, if you got time, I'll be back, though.
Oh, yeah. Love talking to you, brother. And I just want to, my final thought is just Deebo is trying to take advantage of last season. I'm telling you. And the 49ers, for once in their life, they're smartening up. So take that for what it's worth,
Hopefully it works itself out well. All right. Night, fam.
Rumbo, take care, brother.
You too. Thanks, Hank.
I have been waiting, and I'm glad you brought this topic up, because if you did, I was going to bring it up. I heard it. He was announcing it live. All right. Now, if it's a Niner fan, shame on you. You should give up your colors, give up your team. You don't want to be a Niner fan, and you want to pull off those comments to Deebo, see yourself out. Now, if you're not a Niner fan, and you're some troll from either the Cowgirls or the circus of the Rams, kind of thing. Who was that the other day that was running his mouth? Was that, where's that title belt?
Oh, whose house is this? Yeah, who was that? Was that?
The guy that was calling, he brought my name out of his mouth.
It might have been Marketing Pro. I'm not sure who that was. Marketing Pro does.
The guy that was the Rams fan that was talking about my prediction. I heard you.
I believe that was
I'm going to make a prediction to you, whoever you are, Mr. Ram, that handed the title to you. All right. I mean, come on now. I'm going to make a prediction. We're going to have a good season, and we're going to win the Super Bowl. How do you like that? Your team's going to go, and I think it's going to get like 3 wins. Is it a 17-game season this year?
Yeah, that's 17 games in regular season now. 17
regular season, so 3 and 14 for the Rams this year. So yeah, you want to say that jinx things, and get back to it. It might be a Ram fan or a Sea Chicken fan. But whoever it is that's clowning around, saying those comments to Deebo, see yourself out. I don't appreciate that. That made me mad. You're going to make it to where he's not going to want to come to the Niners. And the message for Deebo, don't take it to heart. Don't take it to heart.
You know he's not. And the way Deebo was giving that message, you can tell he's not taking it seriously. But he did. It's embarrassing what he said, though, Bill. He says, yeah, you guys out there, go Deebo, go Deebo. Now, all of a sudden, I'm like public enemy number one. Like, I'm saying, he's right. Why is everybody screaming go Deebo? But it's not the same people who are screaming go Deebo. I'm almost sure of that, Bill. People who really love Deebo's play are not going to jump up and troll up on him. Not in that fashion. They may say, Deebo, man, don't get greedy on us, man, or something like that. But nobody's going to go off like what Deebo's talking about.
Yeah. I don't think it's even a Niner fan, to be honest. I think it's some kind of angry Cowboys fan.
Trying to embarrass us. Exactly. That would be a great plot, Bill. Because if I'm a Cowboys fan or a Rams fan or a Chiefs, or even them too, and also a Hawks fan, yeah, I go in there and do that and know the 49er fans are going to get blamed. Of course. It's a great move. It sucks, but it's a great move.
It's a master plan from them being salty from us eliminating them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's their master plan to try to get Deebo and the Dallas Cowboys so they can mock us. Yeah. Okay. Good plan. Good plot. I mean, we can say whatever it is, but if it is a Niner fan, it does turn out to be shame on you.
Probably a bunch of probably a lot of burner accounts and stuff like that. I can't imagine a real Niner fan going after Deebo in that fashion. And in the NFL, Bill, how many players are running around black in the NFL? So if you're a real racist, then what are you watching football for? I know they're out there, but they don't always express themselves. But, that's just weird.
Why are you being a Niner fan if you're racist?
And then there's that, So.
Why are you a Niner fan if you're racist? Do you not know the history of the 49ers? Oh, I bet you they don't know that. They were the first team to what, Ronbo?
I'm not sure what, as far as position players and things like that.
No, it was the first team to convert out of segregation. So
wasn't that the Cleveland Browns?
So allow brothers into our team, It was the first. The guy brought this to my attention. He was a Patriots fan, but he did say, they were the first to transition. And I'm trying to put this in a way that's not offensive, but I'm not racist, and I don't want it to come out wrong. So, while everybody else had white players in their team, all white players, the 49ers didn't. They had like mixed races, like African American, Mexican, Asian, and all that. Did you not know that?
Yeah, no. In fact, it was early on for sure. I'm thinking the Cleveland Browns may have been the first to transition that way, but regardless,
no, they were second.
It's been going on for a long time. At this point, if you really are hardcore racist, you don't watch the NFL, the NBA. You don't, hell, even Major League Baseball has probably got too many black people in it. So if you're really racist, that's why I find it hard for a guy to be a racist and be a professional sport fan. It's crazy. So
matter of fact, there ain't no sport that actually has all just white people.
Yeah, That's why I went to bat. That's why I went to bat for Nick Bosa, because I said, you know what? Bosa's been around black kids all his life from elementary school and up. You're going to tell me that Nick Bosa's a racist? And people got really pissed with me. I said, guys, I do not. But you know what? You read his board. You saw his friends. He grows up in a place where, of course, there is that kind of mode. But it doesn't mean that he is. So,
And the message to all those racist people out there, at the end of the day, we all bleed the same color. We all feel the same pain, and we all get hungry and thirsty. So please, knock that stuff off. This is 2022. This isn't 1920 or 1800. Get over it. If you really want, figure out how to build a time machine to go to the time 1800. Other than that, shut up and get with the times, or just go hide in the closet. Don't come out at all and delete stuff on social media.
Yeah. And please stay up out of the way so we don't have to deal with you. My God, just there's places you can go. You can attend clan meetings and skinhead meetings and do the things that they like to do or something like that. But why bother with bothering people who don't want to be bothered with you? You know, it's just ridiculous.
Right. Go back to the woods and hop.
You know. Anyway, hey, Bill, we gotta go. I'll see you Sunday if you got some time.
I got somebody who wants to say something. She wants to speak up. Because she told me she wants to speak up because she didn't know you won. All right, go ahead and.
I said happy Easter.
Shania says happy Easter and I'm putting on a shout out.
Thanks, Shania. Are you guys ready? And 3, and 2, and 1. Niners! You guys have a great night.
And a message to that guy with the title, keep my name out your mouth when you're one and done Super Bowl. We're going to have more Super Bowls by the time you're in a walker 90 years old, so shut up with that. Have a nice day.
Okay, Bill. Good night. Hey, Fly Guy. Fly Guy.
Ronbo.
Fly Guy. Come on in, man.
I'm here.
Fly Guy, our wide receiver came under attack. And as you know, Papa Dragon pointed out that he should probably stay off of social media and stop communicating with those folks. And also, I'd like to add that I'm a little concerned about the 49ers taking way too long each and every time. Every year at this time, we have to listen to about how our players are feeling today, and we have to go into week after week after week. I understand that's the way they do business, but I'm really a little concerned about that. And do you have anything to say to folks who get on social media and start taking shots at players?
Let me break it down for you, Ronbo.
All right.
Who you think is the problem? Deebo is the problem. So you go and invite the people into your DM because you want attention. You want to draw the attention. Not in your DM. You're a celebrity. Of course they're going to be in your DM. So Deebo is just looking at it like, okay, week 1, week 2, the whole social media, Deebo. Now it's dying. Let me put something out again. Oh, they're in my inbox. Keep it going. Like, Deebo's doing it for the publicity. And y'all fall into that trap. Deebo is just distracting the team. Because if you really think about it, think about it. Let's say, for example, Will Smith. How many people in Will Smith DM right now want to slap the shit out of Will Smith? Everybody. Will Smith is going to say, "Well, I want to slap me." I said, like when I was doing Fresh Prince in Bel-Air, now I want to slap me. Same thing with 6ix9ine. Like when he went and spit on, every time he posts something, people would put rat. Come on, Rambo. It's internet.
So you think you think he's staging? This is all of a facade. It's not real. Is that what you're thinking?
No, I'm not saying it's not real, but it's the internet. People is gonna be in your DM. Just like a celebrity right now might post a picture. Somebody be like, "Oh, that's ugly. You ugly." Yeah. You don't look at those comments and be like, "Why did I say I'm ugly now?" Like this is nonsense. Like, don't look at. Go practice with trade. Leave all that media stuff on. We don't want to hear about it. Everybody in the DM Rumble is, if you're a celebrity, everybody in the DM getting some bad stuff in there. You don't think so?
No, I just thought about something. I've tried to DM players 2-3 years ago because I was trying to see if I can get an interview with them. You can't get into their DMs. I can't.
People don't care about it.
I'm trying to understand. Did Deebo leave his DMs? Well, I guess it can go to the...
Deebo is putting... This is what Deebo like. He like the attention. So 2 weeks straight, Deebo. Damn. Now it's dying. You know what? I can be like, why I in my DM saying Deebo this, Deebo that. Man, here's the news again. Deebo. Come on, man. Y'all buy into that. Deebo is just about that publicity stunt to get more followers. Hopefully he gets to this millions and millions and millions. More money, more followers, more deals. Like, that stuff is nonsense, Rumble. Those people who even comment in Deebo don't even probably mean it. It's just people that's crazy. Just, you yourself is, you should get slapped. Like, people just leave dumb comments for celebrities. I see it all the time. Whoever it is, like right now, Will Smith probably have like 1 million. I want to slap you when I see you. So he must be like, why everybody want to slap Will Smith? Like, yeah, he used to love me. Like, come on, bro. This is not real. I mean, I'm not saying those DM are not there, but it's not something you're supposed to read.
Is that something he should react to?
Yeah, and put it into the media. So now you bring more people into your DM again. Come on, bro. You think most of them went to it? Kyler went to it. They know it's just crazy as people just coming in dumb stuff. Don't feed into that stuff. Go practice with Trey. Leave that media alone. Go practice. Like, stop bringing attention to you, Deebo.
He
I want
should be working
attention.
out.
I want attention.
That's true. But come
on, Ronbo.
Like, that's pretty funny. That's an interesting perspective. I hadn't thought at all in that direction. I was just bothered because of the fact
And for example, you're not like a big celebrity, but you have a lot of followers, and numbers of times you try to fight them. Like, get off my chat. You blocking people. You feel me?
Yeah.
People do dumb stuff, and then not to feed into that stuff. You keep your show going. Like, block this person. They keep the show going. That's what Deebo's like. Stop worrying about people commenting about you. You trying to bring the attention. It's all about Deebo. Y'all used to like me. Now y'all don't like me no more. You're a celebrity. People's gonna comment. Just like when you post a video on YouTube, you can have 1 million likes and you have 50,000 unlikes.
Yeah.
That don't mean the video's not good. You get what I'm trying to say, Ronbo?
Just means a certain amount of number of people, you're just gonna get different reactions.
It's gonna be bad reviews.
Yeah.
Some people's gonna say, I want to fight you because you want to cheat the team.
Yeah.
That don't mean that they want to fight you for it. When they see you on the street, they're gonna fight you. Like, come on, man.
No, excellent point, actually. And there could be some validity to this.
Publicity stunt. More followers. Go look at Deebo followers right now. It's gonna keep jumping. The more you stand in the media,
it's a ploy.
It's gonna keep jumping.
Maybe him and a team are working together to keep the momentum going up in this fashion.
Yeah.
Fly Guy, you never failed to amaze me and intrigue me at the same time. Man. I hadn't thought in that direction at all. That's amazing.
I'm like shocked. How Ronbo believe in that stuff? And you've been in the media, Ronbo. You know people bad comment. How many people give you a bad comment before? Oh, 49 is this. We hate Ronbo show. That's the sorriest show ever.
Oh, yeah.
You don't put it in a show and be like, oh, Ronbo show is sorry for it. You just let the people just say what they want to say.
You got to let it roll.
And continue with your show.
Ever since I started supporting Jimmy, boy, it's been rough. But I can give a care now. So, it's true. Yeah. But you know what? Deebo, this is new to him, though, because Deebo's been getting nothing but love, right? Because the last 3 years, he's been raised, 2 years out of 3. He's raising hell. So, all of a sudden.
Ronbo, believe me, Ronbo. Publicity stunt. Deebo hang with a lot of celebrities.
Hey, Fly Guy has uncovered
those millions and millions of followers.
I didn't even think about this.
Come on, man.
Well, you could be. We got to go now.
Those comments gonna come. If you invite people into your DM, what they gonna say? Nice things. We love you. No. Some people gonna say we support you. Some people gonna say, hell no, you trying to cheat. I want to slap you when I see you. And then you go in the media and say, you going to say, yeah,
dude,
they want to slap me now.
Yeah,
And then you draw more attention to Deebo. Like, come on, man. Like, this stuff is like publicity stunt. Trade Deebo and get a few picks for him. It's over.
Fly Guy, don't play with Fly Guy. Dude has got it all. Fly Guy, good stuff, fam. I'm going to see you Sunday, okay? We got to go. Have a Easter if I don't see you. All right.
Bye.
Night, Fly Guy. See, this is why I'm a Fly Guy. Whenever he's coming in, you're always going to see everybody else is driving down the highway one way. You'll see Fly Guy off-road vehicle going down. They're going to shoot. God, he's amazing. I really never thought about that. Let's get Emilio. Well, this is going to be interesting.
What's happening?
Emilio, I mean, I just got schooled. I can't discount what Fly Guy just said. You know? Wouldn't it be funny? Well, it wouldn't be funny, but wouldn't it be something if it was actually the way what things were going? I mean, this does draw more attention. It does make the situation seem more irate. You know, the 49ers, if they're paying attention, they're thinking, okay, listen, let's get him out of this darkness and see if we can get this done. You know, but I mean, what's going on with this? Is this what it is? Is Deebo the reason why some of this stuff could be controlled? Are the 49ers dragging ass bothering you like as much as it's bothering me? Or are fans, again, way out of line?
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. I've dealt with racism. I've put up with it. I've acted on it. But I've learned over the years, no matter how old I get or how old we all get, racism and war will never die, no matter how old we get.
True.
It's just something, it's sad to say we have to deal with it. And sometimes it's how you deal with it. And I done said it before. I done taught my daughters, you know, because, you know, not that I don't like white people, seriously, no, because it comes off like that. Because I can say I don't like white people, and people look, oh, now you're being kind of racist because you don't like them. I have my reason. I have my reason, and I've taught my daughters this. All, you know, at least my older two daughters, my 16-year-old and she's about to be 10. I've taught them both, like, you know, you always treat people with respect, no matter how they act. Like, even if they're the CEO of the company, or in that same company, they're the janitors of the company. You treat everybody with respect. But once they cross the line, calling you names or degrading you in any kind of way, you know, you have react to it. Like I said, you treat everybody the same. I don't care if they're yellow, pink, black, yellow, green, whatever, you know, whatever color they are. Treat them all the same. Like I said, you look at what, like I said, because it goes back to white privilege. And, you know, I've been treated bad by white people. And like I said, you know, it's like saying cops. Not all cops are bad. But I've been there before, and I've been treated bad by cops and by certain white people. But it's just like, it's how you react to it and how you teach your kids to grow up. Like, don't teach them hatred. Like I said, I told my daughters, just because I don't feel how about a certain race, I'm not telling you feel about it the same way I do. I have my reasons. I've been through it. I've been treated like a criminal for no reason and been treated like I'm lower than another person. I've been there. I've done that. And I think I have shared some of my stories on here, how I've been treated, and it's not cool. So I don't condone racism, but it's just something we do have to deal with at times.
And you know, just to add to that, though, the things you did also mention a moment ago is that the fact is you need to judge people first on their own merits. Don't link them up because of the color to whatever problems that you may have encountered with other people of the same color. And I've always carried that philosophy too. You know, you don't, for as far as I'm concerned, we are brothers until you prove otherwise. You know, because some people go into the other hand. They go in with the gun out. You say one word wrong, and you know that's inviting problems. You know, because there's a lot of great people, and they don't necessarily all have to be the same color.
No, but like I said, I've just my situations. You know, I don't, like I said, I look at it like not everybody's the same person. You know, you will grow, different eras, different generations. You're brought up differently. But I've also learned that hatred is taught. So like I said, I try not to teach. Yeah. I don't teach my daughters hatred. Yeah. But it's just certain people just rub you the wrong way or come at you just because you're a certain color of a different race. You know, it's just bad. It's just, like I said, racism and war will just never go away. No matter what we do, it's always going to be around. It's gotten better. You look like with the George Floyd thing, all of a sudden, it took you guys so many years to realize that, we're getting treated badly. But yet, Kaepernick tried to make a stand, try to peaceful protest, and he was criticized for it. And all of a sudden we have a pandemic, and all of a sudden, he was right. Like, he was trying to do it a peaceful way, and it just like some people really have to see that, have to really see it and say, I guess we were wrong for all these years. But it's hard to talk about sometimes, and I try to explain it to my daughters, but it's just too hard. All I tell them is just try to treat people with respect.
And I fully agree with that. But before we run out of time, so turn some of this toward Deebo's experience. Now, what do you expect from this? And as I said, Fly Guy just said something that was very interesting. And then Papa Dragon did too. There's things Deebo could have done. And like you're saying now, Deebo reacted probably like you would probably condone, most likely.
I mean, I don't condone. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's ignorant people out there. What are you gonna really do? It's just, you just have to accept people sometimes and who they are. It's just ignorant. It's just what you're gonna say. Like he said, it's just, some people want to say, you're the same people that say go Deebo, and then you want to turn around just because I want more money. I'm wrong. I'm like, I told you before, I don't have a problem getting Deebo getting paid. I just want to see consistency out of Deebo. It's just the one thing I see the Niners have a problem with is with what's his name, Fred.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Fred. The one that changed it, I forgot his name now. They've been hired on the team. Ford. There you go, Ford. They just don't want the same situation.
Oh.
Like I said, we paid Ford, and all of a sudden he's hurt again. Now we're asked out. Now we're paying him, and we're gone. Like I said, I see both sides. I'm not wrong. I want people to get paid. I'm all for it. But I just want, to me personally, I just want consistency out of people. If you can do it a second year, dude, I have no problem paying you. If you want 20, 30, I will pay you. I just want to see you do it another year. I just don't want to pay you, and I have to deal with Ford again if you're injured and you only had one semi-good year. I don't have a problem paying you. I just want to see consistency. And if Deebo does it again this coming season, dude, I would give you the whole truckload of money if you're worth it. I have no problem doing it. I just want to see consistency. So that's why I said I want to get paid. But if you don't want to deal with it and you don't want to wait, that's why I say forget it. Trade. Forget it. Cut them. Trade them. I just want more and more season out of you. If I can get 2 good seasons out of you, another 1,000-yard season receiving or whatever you got going on rushing, if I can get that out of you, again, this season, give him the truckload of money. I'm all for it. I don't have a problem with it. I just want to see it again. I just don't want to do what I did with Jimmy, pay him 1 year. You get hurt 1 year, and you play again. Or with D Ford, you play, and then you get hurt. Then I can't. Then I'm paying you for sitting on the bench. Now I'm losing money, that's bad business. So if he can do it again, I don't mind paying Deebo at all. I just want to see it consistent. If I can get another second year out of him, another 1,400, 1,600 yards out of him, oh, man, I would never have a problem paying him at all. But at this point, I'd rather pay Bosa over him because Bosa's had 2 good years over him, and Bosa's been the heart of the defense.
Well, keep in mind, they both missed the same amount of time. But Bosa
no,
missed
they
a little
have,
bit more.
but you can say Bosa balled out his rookie year, missed 1 year, and all of a sudden balled out again this second year.
Yeah, Bosa clearly was consistent. He went through a little lull last year for the first time, but that was mostly because he got double teamed and schemed.
You got to look at both Deebo's first year. If it wasn't for Sanders, Deebo wouldn't have had the year he had.
No, and this
is
why
has to get credit for that.
And that's another subject for another. This is why I'm constantly complaining about certain style of receivers. You cannot have. Anyway, we got to get that speed guy this year too.
No, I get it. I'm just saying it's just my point of view how I feel about it.
Well, it's true. It affects
I just want another year out of you.
Yeah.
And you look as a fan, it sucks because then we all start complaining like, damn, we paid him all this money. Now he's not doing like we're looking forward. I mean, with Fred, he was still putting up his number. He had a ball. He balled that 1 year, and then all of a sudden we paid him. People say, he didn't do this, but
there's a lot of that going on all over the NFL, though. Let me say, I'll tell you what, we're going to see you Sunday And meanwhile, have a happy Easter. How about that?
You too. All right, Ram. You have a good night. And all
You
the
too,
faithful
fam.
out there.
Yes, indeed. All right, fam. Good night, Emilio.
Yeah.
Hey, Clarence.
Hey, Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
Clarence, we're just looking around at the situation that took place here overnight. Kind of frightening. I didn't see that one coming, right? And there's Deebo sitting in his car driving along, talking about how he's gotten shot at. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Deebo? Really? Dang. So, I'm always overwhelmed with that stuff. But, after talking tonight with several different people and several different perspectives, kind of interested in some of the things you're getting. And now there's that little doubt. If I was sitting in a jury and they say, all right, remember, you can only convict if it goes beyond any shadow of any doubts. Now, with a couple of testimonies, I'm sitting there thinking, dang. I mean, Fly Guy just knocked me off this chair. And then, of course, there was Papa Dragon who says, he's got to stay out of the firing line. You can't walk into the kill zone and expect not to get shot at. When you go to social media, you put yourself in the kill zone immediately. So, either you got a thick skin or endure it, but for God's sakes, don't engage it. So he did, and then there's something to be said about that. And then again, fans are out of line as far as that goes as well. And also the 49ers, as far as I'm concerned, are out of line as well. Don't wait until the last minute every year to sign people and then start balking on the fact that somebody in that same position got signed for way more money, of which now you need to match. So, but Clarence, what are your feelings on this?
Man, I swear. First thing first, shout out to Papa Dragon. Way to take care of his kids.
Yeah.
And see all that see what's going on. That's how you're supposed to act. That's how you're supposed to be in this world. Come on, fans. That's why they're called fanatics. Unfortunately, some of these folks get out of control for no reason. This is a game they're playing, folks. Come on.
I know, right?
They're trying to get paid. I understand that. Deebo's in the wrong too. He shouldn't have done any kind of scrubbing or anything like that. He should have
because it draws attention.
And I don't know if it was him that did it, if he had his agent, or if his friend yelled in his ear. Whatever. He shouldn't have done that. None of this would be happening right now.
Clarence,
and the 49ers are to blame too.
Oh, there you are. I couldn't hear you for a second. Okay, good. Go
ahead. I apologize. And the 49ers are to blame too. Like you said, they should have paid him, right at that time, because
just speed the process up. Don't take 3 months to do this.
Don't see it. And the thing is, they waited too long, in my opinion, for that. And then again, they got their caught with their pants down with Jimmy, with the injury. It's like, man, come on, didn't you know that? Before, during right at the end of the regular season, didn't you have any inkling about how bad it was, or
and also, and why don't you send him to the doctor? Because all of a sudden, we were trying to see if it would just heal up on its own. John, you guys have experience in these things. Well, since when does a shoulder injury heal up on its own? So now he goes and gets a procedure done, and you can't trade him.
And nobody's going to touch him. Nobody's going to touch him. We figured, we called like 3-4 different teams that, he was going to.
Clarence, I still think there's some lies being told. I think the 49ers kept him on purpose. I really do.
Well, they're still trying to get something for him.
You're not going to get anything for him as long as if he's coming. He's not going to be able to come in. If I'm an owner or GM or anything, he's not even going to be around when it's time to learn the new playbook. And I don't even know if that shoulder surgery, I mean, it's a scary thing. Is he going to go in, come back to us, and all of a sudden they got to go back into that shoulder because something else needs attention? It's a scary thing to go after a quarterback that's just gotten out of the hospital.
Is he one of those post-June 1 cuts that they're trying to?
And then it could be that.
Make where
where it's it's cheaper to wait. It's cheaper to cut
Cheaper
it
to wait till June 1st.
after June 1.
and maybe but that works both ways because that way it would be mean, but in June 1st, now Jimmy can be his own agent. And maybe that's what they want to let for Jimmy do. Because quite frankly, Clarence, no matter what, Jimmy done a lot for this team. And maybe the 49ers owe him on some level. And maybe they might think, well, let's do what's best for him. What do you want, Jimmy? Well, guys, we can help each other out on this. Just cut me on June 1st, and I can just go on about and find my own way. And let that be the end of that. And I'll thank you very much.
Yeah, that could be the case. And like you said, there's you still got the draft and everything else, so you never know what could possibly go on. He could, there's always those rumors that he wanted to be that they may trade him during the draft to get another second round pick or another third round pick or whatever the case may be.
There's no team in the draft that's going to give you anything for Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, if he was healthy, okay, maybe there's a possibility, but I'm not giving you anything for Jimmy Garoppolo, and he's got a shoulder problem. I mean, if I'm the owner and I find out that you're my GM and you went and got Jimmy Garoppolo, you're fired. Because you got to explain to me, okay, what if he comes in? He doesn't know anything about our playbook. He's coming in with a shoulder. I'm not sure if it's even going to function. And you went and traded for him. What'd you get for him? A second-round pick? I can't fire you fast enough. If I had known you were doing this, I'd have fired you before the draft. So it's a too big of a risk.
So right now it's a mess. But like I said, first thing is first. We're just playing football here, guys. This is nothing crazy. There's nothing crazy for all you fanatics out there. Gotta call the man out, man.
Hey, think about it for a minute, Clarence.
People take anniversary.
Football, NBA. In sports that don't get any noise, you got tennis, golf. You never hear about anything crazy with that. Even hockey is a team sport. It's real quiet. You don't hear any scandals or wild things going on. The NFL, NBA, it's nonstop drama. Media, everything's going on all the time. There's just always something.
That's why it's the two major, major money makers as far as sports in general throughout the world.
But think about European football. Yeah, well, you hear about things on occasion, but not like you do in the NFL and NBA.
Not at that rate where you have to have, it's crazy. But why get to post that, on the 75th anniversary of Jackie Robinson? Man,
I know, right?
That's totally wrong.
Oh,
unless you did it strategically that way.
Right, I was going to say that lends more juice to what Fly Guy was saying. Oh, I'd hate to think that was what was going on. Oh, that's bad.
I hate to think that too.
Well, yeah,
it's a game, guys. Just like you're trying to get paid. I get it. Everybody's got to have a bag.
And it looks, it makes the 49ers look bad. It really does to some people.
It does.
It does.
It does. It's just,
God, I hope I never find out that this is true.
They say the money is the root of all evil, and that's how it
always has been and will be. Clarence, I gotta go. Clarence, happy Easter weekend. I'm gonna tell you what. I'll see you Sunday if you got time. Haven't heard from you in a long time. It's great to hear from you, Clarence. All right, fam.
Appreciate it. God bless you, sir.
Take care, fam. Night.
All right, bye bye.
Let's go check out. Hey, Ellis.
Ron Bizzle.
Ellis, man, people have come up. This is why these large conferences we have all week long. There's so much I have learned so much since I started doing this from the various people who called in here, including yourself. It's amazing when you get a round table of people talking about the same content. It's amazing how your mind starts to expand. What Fly Guy says, I got to respect that. What Papa Dragon said, I got to respect that. What Emilio was talking, everybody has brought something to the table in this conversation that has expanded my whole view on this. Now, I'm not sure what to think anymore about Deebo. I'm still with him because of the fact that I'm a black man. And when he done that, it was a good shot. He threw a strike right down the middle of my plate. But at the same time, I have to open up my eyes to the whole possibilities. Ellis, let me stop. What are you thinking here?
Well, I definitely gotta address the, these alleged attacks and whatever stuff is being said to Deebo in the DMs, allegedly, whatever.
Mm.
He didn't need to publicly talk about it, but if that's what's going on, those people clearly are a misrepresentation of Niner faithful and fans.
True.
That doesn't sum up the entire fan base and how we feel. We're frustrated. We have the right to be. He's frustrated. He's having whatever. Everybody has a right to feel how they feel, whether right or wrong, justified or unjustified. But, when you're crossing the lines and boundaries and doing things like that, I mean, that just comes with the territory. Like, and I spoke on this already earlier, and I had a nice lengthy comment on one of the videos that was posted earlier. I think it was on YouTube. But what Fly Guy was saying, you're a celebrity. That's not the first time you've ever heard somebody talking shit or saying something negative about you. Yeah. So the fact that he will publicly do something like that, it seems like he's adding more fuel to the fire and making this more messy than it needs to be. He could have just kept that under wraps and just ate that. I mean, it's bullshit. You block it, you act like you never seen it, and you keep pushing. You got millions of dollars. If you're saying I'm not worried about it and you brushing it off on video, then why the hell are you posting it so everybody can publicly see that you're addressing it? What's the point of addressing it then if it's not really phasing you like that? I mean, he's been teased. We've all been teased, and people got picked on, and people had to deal with all kind of shit throughout life. I mean, you build up this armor over years and years throughout your life, and you go out and you block it out and you keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? You're a $1 million, top player in the NFL. You got to shake that shit. Act like you just blow it off. I mean, who cares who's making threats, death threats, man? Come on. I'm just saying it was no need for it to go public because it's making, when he's talking about y'all, and he's saying y'all was just saying it, man, go Deebo and go this and go that. Nigga, we was saying that, and we still saying that now, and we want to get you on the team. Yeah. So don't say y'all like you summing up the whole 49ers the whole 49er fan base, the whole 49er faithful. Yeah. Come on, my brother. Mm. You tying us in with the people that you're allegedly getting these attacks from. You tying us to that. We're not talking like that. You know what I'm saying? But he's making it seem like as a fan base, he's putting us all in the same boat, and I don't like that.
Yeah,
that's messy. That's clown. It's it makes it even worse than these people that are attacking him and saying this and saying that, which they do not make up this fan base. It's a couple handfuls of people out of the billions that we have in the world and the millions that are 49er fans. They're a very small percentage. They're less than 1%. So why are we even talking about that?
That might have been anger speaking, and Deebo probably thought about it later. He could have made a distinction between, he could have said, there are those, or something like that, instead of saying, y'all. That's a good point.
Yeah, don't tie us all into that shit. That's not all of us talking like, because now what's happening is, like I was talking about, tension. You're making it a tense like situation to where now it's going to be a resentment and a negative and an energy that now not only will go from coach to player, players to players, but now from fans to Deebo. So now when the game's actually, let's just say we sign him, everything goes good, then it's still going to be people talking shit because of how he's chosen to handle himself. You scrubbed your whole IG. You throwing the subliminals. You doing all this other shit instead of handling yourself like a man. I told you, this is business. So you have to handle yourself like a businessman. Use the guys around you as a model and how you want to deal with situations regarding money and getting paid. You're going to get paid. It might not be what you think that you want, or it very well may be. It may be that 25 that you talk about. But don't kick your feet and swing your arms around like a little kid, you know what I'm saying, until you get that, and then now everything's just supposed to be good. It doesn't mold well. It doesn't mold well for us as a culture and as a team and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, and it's hard to get sympathy when you're getting paid, and that's for the average individual. It's hard to get sympathy fully from people watching you get complain about your salary. The game he plays, that's what they pay, though, and so we have to accept that. But a lot of judgments are being made due to the fact that, and he's complaining. I've been guilty of that down through the years. NBA players, I used to complain about them all the time, holding out because they can't get, instead of getting $35 million, he wants 40. And it's hard to be sympathetic in those cases. And in Deebo's case, he comes in and he tells you what I'm worthy of doing and what I have done. And a lot of people think it's not a big enough sample. So it's interesting to see where he's going to go from here. I imagine we're going to hear more and more from the 49ers at some point. John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan have now been called out, Ellis. I can't wait to see their reaction, and I figure that's going to come up within the next 48 hours, or else they're going to look like they condone the behavior of those people who attacked Deebo. Something like what Mostert's wife went through last year, and the 49ers came out and said, next time, Raheem, you could just come on into the office. There was no need to go out and air laundry like that out in the public. So, I think that's where we're going with this.
Yeah, man. It's just it didn't need to go that far. He didn't need to do that publicly. Like I said, man, it's almost seeming like either this is really bothering him and he wants to stay, or this is something that he can use as a setup to get his ass up out of here. Because he could also utilize this type of situation and what this quote unquote hater attacks that he's getting to not only shit on the organization, but to make things so bad to where it's like now he has to get up out of here because he's getting death threats. There's no player in the NFL that's doing this right now. And Deebo's drawing a lot of attention to himself. And it's, people keep saying, oh, well, he's not a diva. And there's too many people that are just want to stick up for him just for the hell of it, just to be up his ass, instead of calling it like it is, calling a spade a spade. You're doing too much.
Wait, you didn't use
You're
that,
doing
did you?
too much, bro.
Ellis, did you use that? You did not use that analogy. Call a spade a spade?
Well, you know what I mean. I'm just saying, telling it like it is. Let me use that one. Yeah, do it, telling it like it is. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't try to kiss up to him because we're just fans of him. Be honest. Nobody likes that he's doing any of this. We would like to see him respond better to this situation. And we also, we can't control what other people are saying. If they're attacking him and saying that, block the accounts, block it out of your mind. Who cares? Yeah. People have been talking shit since the sandbox. We got to get over that.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? We got to be bigger than that. You $1 million man, my G. Shake it off.
Ellis, again, great perspective. We're going to go. A happy Easter weekend. I'll be back Sunday, though, even after overeating and burn up some more calories like I like to do. I do burn a lot of calories, now. For some reason, you can run your mouth to the point you get hungry. But anyway, let's see you Sunday. Can we do that?
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be sad, man, if he got to get up out of here. But at the end of the day, all of this could have been avoided, and this will be a learning lesson for hopefully, John and them for not signing his ass sooner.
Yes.
To avoid having to go through this, and then also Deebo behaving the way that he did, because he will learn from this experience, even going down the line, because he's not promised to have a career that he would be in a 49er and being on another team, great as he is or not. You know what I mean? So he's got to wise up, man. He's got to pull up his britches and get with the program, and like I said, tune out all of the distractions, man, and lock in. But we'll see what happens, man.
All right.
Yeah, I don't condone any of the stuff that he's talking that allegedly he was saying was happening. though. That of course that's inexcusable. But you block that out, man, and get to it, because they pinching pennies while you flipping bands. You got foreign cars and big houses and big money, man. That stuff that's peon talk. So don't even worry about none of that. But peace and love, Brother Ronbo. Thank you for the platform as always, man. Shout out to the Nine Faithful.
My pleasure.
Man, and shout out to Fly Guy. I share some of those sentiments, some of the things he was talking about. I could see happening, and we got to get better, man. We got to do better. You know what I mean? Yeah, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, y'all. Peace and love.
Hey, back at you, fam.
Thank you, fam.
Shout out to the squad too. All right, fam.
Appreciate it, family. Respect.
All right, Ellis. And Barack O'Neill shows up and he says, "This chip." Oh, he spelled it. Fan base don't deserve crap. I know. I just hope it's. You know what though, but Rock, I just hope it's not really our people. You know, I'm gonna go the delusional route on that because I imagine we do have some people amongst us that actually like to do these kind of things, and maybe it's not all staged, and maybe it is real, and if it is, I'm ashamed. You know, hopefully it's not. All right, let's go to. And that's Kenny Powers. Hey, Kenny. Okay. And would you believe it? It's Marketing Pro. Marketing Pro. I knew you for some reason. I can't believe production let you in, knowing Marketing Pro. You coming in to respond to Bill? Marketing Pro, please. Marketing Pro. No. Marketing Pro, no music. I get in trouble for copyright. All right. Marketing Pro.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man. How's it going? And I'm enjoying all the 40 whining, from Tidy Whitey Bill to this last scrub that called. Deebo Samuel earned the bag Gambinos. He's going to get $25 million somewhere else or with the 49ers. And all this whining going on. See, you just got to be like the Rams nation. You just take whatever you want, man. You see the Super Bowl trophy, you just take it, man. You don't be like Kyle Shanahan, Jimmy Garoppolo giving you gifts, 10-point leads, and then you just mess it up, So Deebo has the right to get the money. If the market is, $25 million? Other than Cooper Kupp, Deebo is the second best receiver in the league. So why the hell would he take $15 million? I mean, Deebo was the DJ, the hype man, the running back. He did everything. So it's time for him to get paid. So he's going to get that money. And Jimmy going to get that money. But like I said, this is ridiculous what the 49er fans are doing with Deebo. They're turning on him. And Deebo is the team. What you got to say, Ronbo?
No, I'm just listening. I'm a huge Deebo fan. I feel bad about the fact that he does only have 2 big years, but he just got here. I'm not sure how much of that is his fault. He did what he could do while he was here. He got hurt. He did a good job. I do think a little too much is being said about how long he's played, though. You see, because that works against him. Also, my biggest problem is with the 49ers, and they're taking too long to re-sign people. Stop taking so long. Because when Kupp gets paid, if he gets paid before Deebo, that is not good, Niners. And I suspect how's the negotiations going on with him, Cooper Kupp?
Well, Kupp gonna get his money because the Rams be signing the checks. They don't care if they bounce. The money keep coming in. Cooper gonna get his money.
Have you heard? Has anybody heard anything about the negotiations?
Well, Cooper, according to the latest reports, Cooper is happy as he can be. He's in a lot better situation. He's already been assured by the reincarnation of Bill Walsh, Sean McVay, that you're going to be good. You're going to get the market value. That's what Deebo's trying to do. His agent is doing all the right things. He deserves the money. And Deebo, other than Jalen Ramsey putting the fear of God in him, there's no other defensive back out there that could even face this guy. You know what I mean? So Deebo is going to get the bag, and Jimmy's going to be your quarterback. Niner by nature? Yes, right. Jimmy's your quarterback. And that poster is going to stay up, man. So all this crazy talk about trading Deebo. First of all, Ronbo.
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
Look at the Raiders when they traded Mack. What do those picks do for the Raiders?
Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, for getting rid of Khalil? You know what? I don't.
Yeah. What
I do remember us talking about this a while back after that trade. Who did pick up?
Yeah.
For Khalil.
They're not guaranteed. Just because you get a first-round pick doesn't mean you're going to get a Deebo. Yeah. In my opinion, the 49ers struck gold with Deebo Samuel. He's a special talent. You can't hate on the guy. So he's definitely $25 million and up with incentives. So according to the real leaking reports, Deebo going to be hanging out with Jimmy at Hooters. Okay? I'm just telling you, Jimmy already told Deebo he's going to sign. So the good news for the Deebo fan base, Jimmy's assuring Deebo that he's going to take the $16 million. Deebo's going to get that $25 million with incentives. And Deebo can end up making $28 million per year. That's what the latest reports are. All that emotional stuff. So I think as a Rams fan, I want Deebo to go. I want Jimmy to go to the Steelers so we can just walk to the Super Bowl and two-peat again.
I meant to tell Rudy that the other day, Marty Pro, because see, I know you guys do not want to be bothered with Jimmy. There's something about him, like Russell Wilson with the 49ers.
I don't want to see the guy. I can't stand Jimmy G. He's a problem. I still have nightmares about that game where it was a minute left and he drove down the field and he beat us and got in the playoffs. That was not fun.
Even
last year, he threw that pass to Brandon Ayuk and that goofball. He thought he was playing for the Rams, ran out of bounds. Otherwise, we might have been in trouble. You know what I mean? Jimmy put that ball on the money. So, hey, I hope Coach Tomlin gets Jimmy Garoppolo, and I hope Deebo leaves because I see a dynasty brewing in L.A.
Now the thing is, I think Jimmy there's a Panther possibility now. But Marketing Pro, as usual, entertaining, and we'll let you get back in the chat.
Yeah, that
they're
Panther
waiting on
stuff
you.
is all smoke, man. The Kyle Shanahan is playing the Trey fan base. That's all that is. He's playing them. Because the fact that you really think you guys are going to get a draft pick for Jimmy Garoppolo, Ronbo, be real.
I know. At this stage. I'm very certain we're not going to. But anyway, Marketing Pro.
Yeah, and you cut him, you're going to pay him $7 million, so he's staying.
Marketing Pro, we got to go. Happy Easter weekend, and we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, Ronbo, the only sensible 49er platform, Ronbo Sports.
Thanks, Marketing Pro. All right. Let's go to area code 209. 209. The law is still out, huh? Oh, my God. Back-to-back Rams. It's Rudy.
Ronbo!
Rudy, I'm glad you called because I just realized why you're raising so much hell about Garoppolo. You can't wait till he leaves town. After 5 times... I imagine it would be in your best interest to see Jimmy Garoppolo get the hell out of San Francisco.
well, Ronbo, that was pre-Stafford, the soul stealer. That was pre-Stafford. But he does bug. He's got some kind of voodoo in his pocket when it comes to us. But we got him in the big one, so. That's the memory I wake up to every morning.
Really, just be glad that he had a back and hand ailment, and also his left tackle was dead meat. That's Rudy. You won by 3.
I give him credit.
Yeah,
I give him credit,
the only reason
Ronbo.
why you won.
Yeah, I give him credit, Ronbo. That's your guy. You got to stick up for your guy. He's a Niner, but that's your guy. He did play hurt, so just like Golf played a couple years ago with the screw in his thumb.
Yeah.
They get respect for playing like that. But I wanted to correct. Was that Bill talking about the Niners black players? Bill?
I know he was a little off on that too. I saw your post.
Well, remember I told you, Ronbo, whatever Bill says, take it with a grain of salt. It's the opposite. Just
you're the guy Bill was talking about then. It wasn't Marketing Pro. It was you.
Yeah. So here we go. So here I guess I was put on this earth to correct Bill.
Oh God.
So the Rams were the first NFL team. A year before Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in baseball, they had Woody Strode, UCLA Woody Strode, and Kenny Washington from UCLA in 1946 when they came to Los Angeles. That was what part of the thing that they were going to bring in black players. So they were the first team. Also, on the Niners note, in 1950, they had a black scout. They hired him. The owner named Tony Morabito and the Niners thought that a light-skinned lady, a girlfriend of his, he's a black scout, one of the first black scouts in the NFL. He thought she was a white gal, and they fired him. So that's part of the Niners' history. That you can look that up. So that happened in 1950.
Yeah, that you came up with that. You do a lot of reading, don't you? That's frightening.
Well, I mean, you got to know when I speak with facts. I'm not just trying to, So I got to correct Bill. The Rams were the first NFL team 1 year before Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. The Rams did that in football with Kenny Washington and Woody Strode. The other thing, Ronbo, too, is I have a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
You keep saying about, and I know it's just a funny game, tongue-in-cheek, but that the L.A. Rams had nothing to do with the St. Louis Super Bowl.
That's true.
And I have to remind you.
Wait.
I have to remind you.
Wait, I want to ask one more question, though, before we get into that. How many Rams left L.A. and went to St. Louis that had anything to do with what happened in that Super Bowl?
There was 4 starters, and guess who won? Who made the game-winning catch? Isaac Bruce, who was drafted to LA Rams, DeMarco Farr, Todd Light, Keith Lyle. They were all LA Rams. Just like this LA Super Bowl, Aaron Donald and Johnny Hecker were St. Louis Rams. So it's amazing that both Super Bowls incorporated players from both cities. So you got to love the Rams Super Bowl. We're still waiting for Santa Clara Niners to win in Santa Clara. Remember that.
But 4 players, I don't know, Rudy. 4 players from LA and doing the greatest show on turf.
Well, that Isaac Bruce is a Hall of Famer, and he made the game-winning catch.
Well, I don't have
and there were 3 other starters. And so, but just like Aaron Donald and Johnny Hecker were St. Louis Rams drafted. So, it's amazing how both teams, helped each other. Both players drafted in each city. But I wanted to get you on that one, Ronbo. But I appreciate it. I got my brothers ready to go, and Marketing Pro, and keep up the good fight, everybody. And, Ronbo, that's horrible. I mean, I know it's not all fans, but Santa Clara cannot be like the Boston fans with the racial epithets and the threats to players. I mean, Bill Russell said that he used to do that to him all the time. I mean, that's horrible. I feel bad for the guy. If I was him, I'd say, trade me. I'm out of here. But hopefully that's a sign and they catch those people.
Yeah, but he can't go by the opinions or observations or even attacks of a handful of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But like I told you before, Ronbo, I want you guys at your best. I want you guys to, because like I said, I don't want to cruise to the division title and to the championship game. We needed those games against you guys, those wars against you guys, to come back against the Bucks, to come back against the Bengals. If we would have had an easy way, we wouldn't have known what we were made of. So I want you guys to be at your best. I want to beat you guys at your best, and I want to play the best. So those wars that we've played against you guys, there was a reason why we needed that. And so we need you guys to come up. The other teams, the Cardinals quake at the look of Donald, and the Seahawks are rebuilding. And so we need you guys at your best, Ronbo. So you guys got to get it together now.
Not to worry, Rudy. I'm sure that Kyle Shanahan is not happy with McVay having beat him, even though Marketing Pro lost his mind for a moment when he says, yeah, McVay's out there doing his Bill Walsh. What? I already know you agree, Rudy. Come on, all right. Tell you what I'm going to do.
I love McVay. He took over from Fisher. He's been a breath of fresh air. Kyle Shanahan. They're 2 amazing guys. Kyle Shanahan has different players, but he knows how to scheme that running game. And the Rams have different personnel, so they're both amazing coaches. Unfortunately, in the same division, but you guys have a lot of injuries. But you guys just need to get off the pot, and if you have to get rid of Jimmy, get whatever you can for him, cut him, get that money, and go around Trey Lance. I don't like your backup though, that Sudfeld guy. I mean, if Trey Lance gets hurt. Yeah. I mean, that's going to be horrible.
We're in deep trouble. This is why, no matter what, when we play the Rams, Jimmy's just going to be making cameo appearances during the season. He's going to retire next year and just come back for those games.
Well, we're going to have well, you know what? We got Bobby Wagner. So Bobby Wagner's a Niner killer. So he'll be getting some of those pick sixes.
He's still putting the Ram uniform on. As soon as that happens, your defense will get him. All right.
Hey, Ronbo, thank you for having me in, and all the guys here. And everybody, take care. I appreciate it. It's fun going back and forth. And we need you at your best. Now that Gilmer's signed, look in the next day or 2 for Honey Badger to be a Ram.
God, probably. All right.
We got him on layaway right now.
We
got him on layaway right now. We're going to make the final payment.
All right, Rudy.
All right, Ronbo.
Enjoy your weekend. All right.
Later, guys. Thank you. Happy Easter.
Thanks, Rudy. Happy Easter to you. And let's go to a Hardhead.
What up?
George, I'm telling you, man, it's you.
Wait.
I was about to say, you guys didn't zoom in, so I can't see you and Chloe. But hey, so how you doing?
We doing, man. Niner, it's all good. We big time Niner fans all day, all season, off season. It's always a Niner season. That's why we talking Niners all around the clock, the way you do. with this whole Niner crew. You know what's up.
Jorge's got some. I mean, I'm talking mind-chilling rhymes. Jorge, hey.
Yeah.
So you know
Hi,
about
Uncle Ronbo.
Hey, Chloe, how you doing?
Good.
Chloe, how old are you now?
12.
Just now 12. I've known Chloe since, what, 6? Her and Jorge are inseparable. They used to do videos together when they zoom in. It's always so. But it's been a while, yeah. Glad to hear you guys doing all right. So, Jorge,
I think we need to get like my iPad to Zoom or something like that. But because of my phone, I haven't been able to zoom in on with my phone. Also, we've been doing some more Zooms than the calls. But we make sure at least we tap in on a call at least so we can touch base with the Niner fans and you, because y'all know what's up right here. And I love talking football. I love the way you guys orchestrate and you conduct this whole thing here on this platform. God bless your heart for doing it.
Thanks, fam.
You know, look at how all the trolls come in. They know your significant show is such a high of a platform. They have to come in. They can't help themselves. Ronbo, they can't help it.
And they don't miss a show. I mean, but you know what? Our people like them because they love to beat up on them, and they go back and forth. Yeah. So it's sort of a good collaboration in a way.
Yeah.
In a way. God, but I tell you what, but the Raider fans still get on my last nerves. I'm so glad when they started losing because they were just annoying. I mean, they were really not just because you don't like them, but they're just really annoying. And Hawks fans are weird, but Raider fans,
they are.
Man, but anyway,
you know the thing about Raider fans, they're not even a part of California soil no more. So I'm like, man, y'all have no more wind in your talk, far as I see. You have no more, you have no skin in the game like that no more in California.
You're the Vegas Raiders. Believe it. You guys have no say anymore in California. This is none of your business. Nope. Leave.
This California soil is none of your beeswax. You know what I'm saying?
and all right, the best thing is their last year, because after they beat us that year, that one last year with Cap, and then of course Nick beat them the last time we seen him. They was running around every time we see a Raider fan. Who the king of the Bay? Man, y'all, you know what? Here's the thing. Who the king of the Bay? I'm trying to tell you, man. You know, I just get those conversations all the time. See, because they beat us once out of 8, 9 years, and all of a sudden they're the king of the Bay. You guys got a lot of nerves.
They sure the hell ain't in the Bay no more.
Yeah, that's the best thing. Yes. Hey, you got anything you want to say about the situation with Deebo? Would you want to see Deebo hang out? Because I mean, I think they're going to sign him soon. But what are your feelings on that? And he went through what he says was a traumatic experience.
So many angles we can go about with this. Yes. We got some callers come in with their great IQ. You just got off the phone with a few of them. They did a great breakdown of his approach. You know, when you out here, you know, it's about character and how you conduct yourself. And if you're inside jail, it's about how you program, right? So let's just say this. Deebo, you're not programming right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just need to be able to conduct yourself more professionally with some slick, sly, with respect, man, for yourself and others and the fans, because we do care about you. You know what I mean? But if you start doing some funny stuff, you're gonna rub us wrong. You know what I mean? And so, like, you go ahead and sign, like you know, the other fans were saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, you leave a bad taste in their mouth a little bit with you. Like, hey, you know what, dude? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you just handle it a little bit better, you know? I mean, you said it yourself, Ronbo. Like, you know what I mean? We ride into the wheels fall regardless. And if you sign, you still will be down for you. But I'm still going to be kind of looking at you like, why'd you play it out like that? You didn't need to do it like that. That's kind of funny style. You know what I mean? It was like a little brat. You're being like a little brat. Don't do that.
You cannot respond to it. D is the first guy that ever responded to it and went public with his feelings about what's going on social media. I got to tell you, Jorge, I'm thinking that age group, and we got to look forward to this in the next 2, 3, 4 years until some owner finally says, look, I don't want to hear about your adventures on social media going public, guys. We're not going to do that. You know, because there's going to be that coach or owner's going to finally say, because this looks bad for the 49ers, basically, because the 49ers could have got this deal done. But what Deebo did is reflect upon the organization, because now Kyle and John are going to hear about this, and they're going to feel like they need to do something about it. And in that case, if it was a plot, mission accomplished, right?
Yeah, right.
So
One thing for sure is like what they should do when they draft these youngsters is they should have a meeting like, hey, down the road when it's time to handle some business and re-sign you, that you're going to go ahead and conduct yourself in a proper, mature way. Because if not, we might just have to pass on your ass and go and pick someone else up that sounds like they know what they're willing to do. You know, and it's kind of hard because when you premature talk to someone, you might have a good little, talk and everything, but you never know what's really inside them when it comes down to when re-signing them. But that you got to be showing out the part that you're actually being productive on the field for us. Other than that, like, who knows? It's kind of like we're rolling the dice a little bit with every one of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, my favorite guy of all time, and I'll never forget him, what was the conversation like when they first talked to Reuben Foster? What did Reuben tell them to think that they should trade up to get him?
I've met Reuben in person when he was out here, and I seen him at a Walmart. He was cool. Yeah, he was all smiles, man. And
because he was high.
I did smell the scent of what he was toking on too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think his Reuben was probably high.
He was smiling, man, and he was really cool though. But I just knew that everything, when you're young like that, you're really he just was impacted from his environment, his friends, maybe some family members that might have, just kind of let him or pulling him a little wrong way.
Jorge,
but you can just when you meet him.
And the
he's
ladies
the kind of nature that if he was getting pulled in the right direction, things would have went better.
I know. And I don't know who he was hanging out with. I mean, you got like Sherm was hanging out with him. He was with the right kind of people that could say, look, bruh, I'm trying to help you out, okay? You need to tell that girl to walk away. Or something like that, because of it. Yeah. Reuben got himself in trouble with ladies. He's the first guy I've seen to get in that kind of trouble. Well, the Alvin Smith and Colin Kaepernick situation with her, that was bizarre. I'd never seen anything like that. Colin and Alvin was the first time I'd ever seen anything. Fighting almost in the street. Come on, man. Come on. Oh!
Yep.
So, Anyway, Jorge, we got to go. I'm going to say happy night to you and Chloe. I can't wait to hear from y'all again. Hopefully it's soon. And have a happy Easter weekend.
Oh, we wish you a happy Easter. And Chloe? We're going to love you. Put no one above you. Niners!
Oh, God, I love it. Thanks, y'all. Jorge and Chloe, have a great night, y'all.
Bye, Uncle Ronbo.
Bye, Chloe.
Good night.
Night. And we check out it's Chardol time. Hey, Chardol.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? I really love your YouTube channel and
thanks, Chardol.
all the content you make on the platform.
Yeah, it's we got some fantastic people calling in here, don't we? Including you, Chardol. What are you thinking tonight?
I mean, as a longtime 49ers fan, I'm not sure why they're throwing Deebo under the bus and saying all these death threats to him.
Yeah, I know it.
Like what is going on in people's minds that people want to say these derogatory things to Deebo?
Yeah, well, they're not happy with how things are going. I Chardol, it started with the cleaning of his. We've never had anybody do that. Do you remember anybody ever disconnecting with the 49ers on social media? I don't think anybody's ever done that. Marquise Goodwin a little bit, but not really. I know that him and Jimmy unfollowed each other that last year he was with us.
And when you look at Deebo Samuel, I know that he hasn't had the best game of his career, but there's no need to there's no need to say hurtful things against him just because his year wasn't so great.
Deebo? So
yeah.
Deebo had an excellent year. 2020 was a little weak, but 2019 and 2021, those are good.
But when Deebo Samuel gets all these death threats said towards him, to me, that he can brush all those off, really shows how much of a person he is. That he doesn't let all of these negative things affect him. He really just focuses on playing his game and just living his life and not really worrying about the haters.
Well, actually, that's what the problem is. But he's got to rise above that. If in professional sport, you cannot let public opinion sway you too deeply. Because you're never going to get everybody to love you, no matter who you are. So, and now social media started, that means I can communicate with you anytime. You are public property now. So I can come over to your Twitter, your Instagram, your Facebook, and I can say anything I want to because it's open country, open space for me to say the things I want to say. And in some cases, I can DM you. So, those are the things you got to tolerate, roll with, and just probably let it ride.
I mean, you have the freedom of speech to say whatever, but you have to control your mouth because the things you say, you might not mean to say what you mean, but they might just come out as rude and offensive. You don't mean to sound offensive. That's not your intent. You don't mean to make the words come out like that. But sometimes they just you say the wrong thing and then people come after you for it. They say you should have control. You should have watched your mouth. You shouldn't be saying things that are offensive. You have the freedom of speech, but it doesn't mean you can go around and say whatever hurtful things you want to say. You have to, there has to be a boundary in life. There always has to be some kind of boundary. You cannot cross the boundary.
Yeah, and this comes from who you are as a person and, how you conduct yourself on a daily basis with the public. Your interactions are usually reflections of who you are. So if a person does do something like say mean, nasty things, he's probably a mean, nasty person.
Because for me, whenever I say things, sometimes I cross the line also, but I know that
I've seen you in the chat. Yeah, it seems like you do get into situations with some people at times. But everybody does in the chat. The chat's set up for that. But go ahead.
But I don't mean to get into hateful conversations with other people in the chat. But sometimes I just get upset with them and they just kind of rile me up. So I just, I think I should just take it easy and just kind of if they're bothering me, just don't deal with them. Because there's many people in the world who are gonna get you upset, and you don't need those people to let you control you. Don't let them control you.
I know, right? It's really an art, though, to actually not let somebody bother you. It really is. Because on social media, you ever catch yourself pounding your keyboard to the point you're about to tear something or tearing your phone up because you can't type fast enough? Your fingers are like, it's really, until social media started, I never really had a temper. I got mad every now and then about things, but rarely did I ever get mad as much as if you go on social media, you're guaranteed to get pissed off at least. There's an average per week, actually.
When I look at you, you're a very calm person. And I've rarely seen you get upset. You only get upset when there's the need for it, but you don't get upset when there's not the need for it.
No, I'm not in a bad mood. It takes a lot for me to be in a bad mood. I can't remember. In fact, I've never been in a bad mood just consistently. And if I feel myself in a bad mood, I'm a physical person. I'll go work out or something. I don't know why people let themselves stay pissed off. I just don't do that. So,
when I listen to you, sometimes you say things that don't make a lot of sense. I know Grant Cohn says a lot of nonsense BS that nobody agrees with, and then everybody goes at Grant dude, why are you saying all this crap? You're a SI reporter, but you can't be saying all this BS, you have to really control it. Because he does say a lot of BS stuff, right? I've gone on his channel. I've seen what things he says, what things he comments about.
Yeah,
They are pretty. I mean, he does get people on people's nerves sometimes, and people try to shake him off. But he just gets into their nerves, right? And there's no way to shake Grant.
Well,
There's
it's a
no way.
talent. It's a talent. When you could get people's emotions and stir them up like that, it's not easy to do. I give Grant credit for that. I'm not. If Grant's doing that by plan, it's pure genius. Just what to say to get people fired up one way or the other. So it's impressive.
Yesterday, like about Deebo Samuel, people got me fired up yesterday. Please don't redo that. How I got so mad yesterday. Please don't get me in that mood again. Please don't.
Well, Deebo, and hopefully Deebo doesn't bring it to the table anymore where everybody can actually have to go through that with him. He's got to block people. He's got to turn his DMs off. He's got to do things to avoid those people. Don't set yourself up to be ran over by them. Just stay out of their way because they're not going to stop.
Because he's an athlete, and I bet he gets people who troll him all the time, saying all these just trolling the guy. Just I bet he gets a lot of those type of hateful people in the chat.
Hey, Chardal, think about this for a minute. What if you're Mike McGlinchey? Jimmy Garoppolo would get fried if he responded to anything. Who else have we got? Michael McGlinchey, Jimmy Ward used to get beat up to the point. Jimmy had to leave Twitter. I think he still has his Instagram. Eric Armstead, who used to get into fights with people on Twitter. If you're not playing perfect ball all the time, people are gonna come after you, and that's just that's just the way it's gonna be.
Is there any time that Deebo Samuel had a chip on his shoulder?
Well, I don't know. I actually he's had no reason to have a chip on his shoulder until recently, and he put that there because the 49ers, again, taking too long to go through the process of whatever contract negotiations they're doing. They need to speed this process up and stop going through this every time. Next year it's going to be Nick, and God knows who's after that. It just goes on and on. So the 49ers got to do something on their end as well. Hey, but Chardal, we're going to go. I want to wish you a happy weekend, Easter weekend, and we'll see you Sunday if you got time, all right?
Hey, Ronbo, I really love coming on your channel. I love calling in.
Thanks.
You're an OG. You slay the show every
man.
day. I love talking with you and getting to hear all your takes. But I'll definitely see you on Sunday, and we can talk more Niners football on Sunday.
Yeah. All right. Chardal, always a pleasure. Talk to you later.
See ya.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Let's go check out. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo, what's happening?
Tony, I picture Tony is the guy in the chat wearing the striped vest and refereeing, but Tony, the thing is, I see you going through what you go through with our people, and then I see the Rams fans, and Tony's always like, basically let's say, how do I put this? Tony is the Atlanta Falcons fan that joins forces with the 49er fans when the other people come in. When Don Burr came in, you were giving Don Burr fits. You probably caused him to be on medication. And then there's Rudy and some other people. I'm always impressed with you get here.
Now the one that was pretty cool, Ronbo. He kind of like me. His temperament, as far as he didn't take it personal, get into his feelings. Was Raider Carlos. I love Raider Carlos.
Because
he can take it with
a hard, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I noticed him. I haven't seen him. He hasn't been in a long time since the Raiders turned into Vegas Raiders. There's no reason for him to be talking.
He made an appearance last week.
Oh, the season. I was shocked. Was it last week? No, I've seen him every now and then. You see him flash in and flash out. So, But you know what's really funny, though, Tony? You don't see Joseph Smiley, and there's not we got a new Hawks fan, but it's like they got defanged. there's no poison in their bite, you know. So they can only do so much. I always appreciate that. That's fun to watch. And then of course the Rams, who just won the Super Bowl. Of course we got to rub elbows with them for a while. But you know.
Yep. 1 minute. Wait till the end of September.
He thinks it's only going to take 4 weeks. But hey, Tony, wouldn't it be funny if the Rams came back down to earth within 4 weeks of the season?
and like we were talking about the finger pointing.
Yeah.
And we know who the first one will start crying.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey.
I know he couldn't get Stephon Gilmore to sign, and that's why I couldn't wait to post him up on Twitter. I put up the whole caption. Bleacher Report already said Jalen Ramsey just SMH'd the Stephon going over to Indy, right? I said, look, Rams, you can't have every damn body. What's wrong with you people? God.
He went to Indy, Stephon Gilmore?
Yeah. I don't know if they closed the deal, but that's where it seems like he's going to be added to their roster.
I love that. Yeah. And I don't know, Ronbo. It's a lot of good college players. I've been looking at this left guard out of LSU. I looked at some
SEC.
I'm
all for it.
He stood up. That defensive tackle from Georgia stood him up in practice. Like, oh no, you ain't going no further. Whop! Hit him right in the mouth. Stood him up in one of the drills. I loved it.
I tell you, you know that Georgia edge. Are you talking about? Is he a badass? I mean, sometimes you see these guys that probably shouldn't even be there and get stood up like that. That's Quentin Nelson stuff there.
First round picks, 3 of them.
All right. I imagine everybody in the league's noticing when they ain't saying nothing, though. Tony, see, that goes on every year, you know. People start talking like they're looking for another position. When really, you know, the 49ers were I remember that year we got Javon Kinlaw. I think the 49ers were looking at everything but a defensive lineman. Most of us shouldn't know the 49ers going to do that.
The year y'all took Kinlaw, we were interested in them, too.
Yeah, you know, his leg is feeling better, it seems. He's looking good in the workouts. If that man Jordan is ready to play, uh-oh.
Yep, Jordan Davis and Devontae Wyatt. It was Devontae Wyatt that left guard stood up, hit him right in his mouth, and stood him up. Oh, you think you get to the quarterback? Whop, you run into the stop sign. Stood him right up. The left guard's name is Ed Ingram. They got him projected as a 3rd or 4th rounder. I hope we're looking at this kid. I looked at him. He looks pretty good.
And, Tony, you point that out. Here's the thing. When you see an offensive lineman being picked that late in the draft, it's not because he's not a first-round pick. It's because teams need other players because the defensive linemen are going to take precedence over the offensive line for some reason, which I'll never understand. And, of course, your linebackers, your safeties, defensive backs, they're all usually every team prioritizes those positions if you're not going after a quarterback, right? So the offensive lineman, he's sitting there waiting his turn. And if he can pick a ball one up in the 3rd or 2nd or 3rd round, especially the 2nd round, he should be straight money.
Yes, a lot of Hall of Famers, especially your guards, Ronbo, don't go in the first. Rarely.
Unless you're Quentin Nelson. Then you get picked at number 5. And what year did Nelson got picked? What was he, number 3, 4, 5? Nelson got picked quick.
But you know, like you said, Ronbo, and I add the other 2 teams, Notre Dame, Boston College. And what's that 3rd team? Notre Dame, Boston College, and another team. They always produce offensive line. Yep, offensive line. All the time.
Well, you know.
Don't give up on Aaron Banks. Like you say, you put him at his left guard spot, not the right guard. So
I can't wait to see what he looks like. Now it seems like that's his natural position. You know, but if you want edge rushers, most of those seem to be coming out of the SEC somewhere. Or
I want Jermaine Florida State. I want him in the 1st round. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get him.
Or the Bosa family all went to Ohio State, so you know they're the outlier university. Quarterbacks, what comes out of Ohio State that is as consistent?
Defensive backs. I love their corners and their safeties. They hit.
Yeah.
I love it. They teach them corners and safeties at Ohio State. I love it. I love me a good defensive back from Ohio State.
Oh, yeah. Denzel Ward. Denzel went to He went to Ohio State, didn't he? Also,
Yeah, he went to play for the Cleveland Browns.
What's the other guy from the
You
Browns?
remember Antoine Winfield back in the day?
Ohio State?
I loved Antoine Winfield. Played for the Vikings. Little short, 5'10" guy. But you wouldn't know he's 5'10".
And those guys always kill me because of athleticism.
Yep.
A lot of times people always say, I want a long cornerback. Because you know what? Cover 3 is going out of style, Tony. Have you noticed that?
Yep.
So you got to get back to that smaller, athletic kid that can get from one spot to another in 0.5 seconds. You know what I mean? It's got to be done quick. So,
do you think your Niners are going to – I hope your coaches, Ronbo, you think y'all going to draft a running back like in the 4th or 5th round?
Niners,
good running backs ain't going to go in the first anymore.
Yeah, running backs.
I think y'all to get another back.
No, 49ers, it's tradition. 49ers get a running back every year, at least one, every year. And it seems wide receivers are the thing, too. But since Trent Baalke screwed up on A.J. That year, the 49ers don't usually get quarterbacks in the first round until this last year. That's been the first one in a long
I'm just
time.
hoping Chris Watson slips. I hope we get him at 43 because according to my projections and what I've been hearing, he's not going to go until the mid to late second round. We better not pass on him. We got 2 second-round picks. He might end up falling to y'all according to these projections I got.
And the 49ers
they'll
pick up a running back in a heartbeat. So, yeah, you're right. The 49ers will pick up a running back. If he's that good, although I don't see the 49ers picking up one before the 3rd round, but maybe, because we got a lot of 3rd-round picks. So, Tony, our time always flies so quickly. I mean, I'll see you Sunday. Have a great Easter weekend.
And I was in the chat with one of your guys. I was giving them the lowdown on the Rams' history about when they was at the L.A. Coliseum, they didn't pay the stadium lease. They went to Anaheim Stadium and shared with the Los Angeles Angels, didn't pay their stadium lease. They went to St. Louis, got kicked out of St. Louis because they didn't pay their stadium lease. And then I did this for Ready to Go and Marketing Pro. And then I said, they share SoFi Stadium, but it's the Charger Stadium. They just leased it to the Rams.
I didn't even know this. The Rams would like to pay their rent. You know what? Here's the thing. That would be the best thing they do anyway, is share the place with somebody else so they can pay the rent, and the Rams can sit back and say, you know we're good for the money. If I'm the Chargers, you're good for the money. You guys are so above your head as far as your payroll goes that you better pay us our money next week or we report you to somebody and get you thrown out of here. I mean, we're not above that. You'll be back in the L.A. Coliseum. You know, I'd do it too.
The Rams and the Raiders, good for skipping on their leases.
Hey, Tony, I'll see you Sunday, okay? Happy Easter weekend.
Happy Easter to you and your family, and I'll see you Sunday.
Thanks, Tony. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
There he goes. And Chad Garrison says Anquan Bolden over Deebo, not hate, just facts. Yeah, Anquan, boy, that dude.
Bolden had a great
Hall of Fame career, too. Who is that? Is that Casey? Hey, Casey.
Yo, Ronbo, can you come back to me, bro?
We can do that. And
Thank you,
know
buddy.
what? All right. Hold it a second. You know what? I need to come back myself. I'll be right back here in a minute. Too much Kool-Aid before we started. You know you drink Kool-Aid. What? Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, tastes great. Wish we had some. Can't wait. Don't get me started. I'll do Oscar Mayer wieners in a minute. Hey, Slick. Got it, Slick. What? Slick, come in.
If you're still 49 faithful, give me a hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
What's up, Rambo?
Long time no hear from you, Slick. Oh, man. Well, come on in, Slick. And he's got the, well, that's a fiendish photo.
And wild worldwide. We're bigger than a nation. We're a mother effing empire.
Yes, indeed. Slick. So,
I'll be listening, bro.
Hey, you know what? Sean contacted me the other day, last week. I get back to Sean, too, on Twitter. Because we haven't heard from Sean in, over a year? Well, Slick, man, here we go. We got more drama with the signings.
Downtown on Victoria, at the Medallion, right across the street from Chattanooga.
Oh, okay.
Is that Casey? Slick, go ahead, man. That's Casey.
I just be tripping out on all these fans talking about Deebo being traded, trading Bosa, trading. I mean, no matter who the hell is in this draft, you ain't gonna get no Deebo. You ain't gonna get no Bosa.
I know, right?
I mean, we got the best of the best in their team, so
generational players. You're not gonna get these guys. Will come along every draft.
Yeah, we got the best tight end, the best fullback, the best receivers. And pretty soon the best quarterback. So
hopefully
we stacked. Stacked.
Yeah, let's get that.
I ain't tripping.
Yeah. Deebo's not going anywhere. You know what though, Slick? He could tone it down. I know it's a new generation of athletes, but the cleaning out all your stuff off your social media, and that invites rage. They were out of line, but it does invite that type of thing. And if the 49ers are dragging ass, that's not going to help them speed up. Kyler Murray, you see what it done for him. They're not even thinking about signing Kyler, not another dime. And here it is. We're going into May, So calm down, sit back, chill out.
Deebo realized he was tripping. I don't know if you saw his post today talking about patience and all that. I mean, he know he was tripping, So I mean, I don't know. You just trying to play with the fans' minds and stuff like that.
I gotta see what you're talking about. I haven't seen that yet. Okay, I gotta go look back at what Deebo's talking about now. Did he say that in the last couple hours or so?
No, earlier today. He said something about patience or humbling up, staying humble, something like that.
Because I was worried about him not having patience. So okay, good.
He's just young. He's a young kid, but he knows his value, his worth too. So that's why he's an emotional cat. So
I know, right?
That's why.
Calm it down. You don't have to take all the stuff off your wall. What are you doing that for? Where'd you put that stuff? All those memories? You just throw it in the trash?
That's all marketing, though. That's just all trying to get, his paper. I ain't tripping. I ain't hating on him because of that. I mean, this league don't love you back. So get as much as you can while you can. Not everybody gets them millions like Brady did, like Peyton Manning did, like these big players.
That's true.
They get paid. Not everybody gets that. So
NFL not for long.
This in baseball. No, baseball be getting paid. But I mean,
safer sport to play too.
Like Raheem Mostert is one of the most electrifying players in the last couple of years. And he was only making like $5 million or something like that.
Yeah. So he was complaining about the whole time too.
Yeah, I mean, I would too. I mean, shoot. I mean, that was our cheetah. No, I'm sorry. That was our Maserati. So, I mean,
Slick. You know what though? I really wish him and Cheetah could have had a race. Remember Cheetah called out our other running back too,
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. Matty B. Boy, I wanted Matty to go after him. I said, Matty B, Tyreek, boy, there's people who can't beat you. You just look quick. But I'll put most of Matty B up against him anytime. I'll see what happens there. Clown.
Even Adrian Colbert, he was almost as fast as Marquise Goodwin, So I mean, we had speed.
Goodwin's another one. Goodwin wouldn't take him out. I know Marquise would have beat him. Just know it.
Hell yeah. Like Tyreek didn't want that smoke. You know what I mean? So,
and he knew they wouldn't take him up on it.
But like these fans, whether they're bandwagon fans, whether they're just young cats or whatever, chill, man, relax. Deebo's gonna get paid. We ain't gonna let Deebo. I mean, everybody wants to get a Deebo. We already got a Deebo, so I mean, we're gonna take care of our players. They already said it. John Lynch
The
already
budget's
said.
already it's already there. There's no need to
They
people
already had the
freaking out.
money for both of them. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a matter of time. You gotta be smart about this. I mean, like especially. So I expected to trade up to get like a pretty good player.
They gotta get some trade picks, though. I mean, they gotta get some picks. They gotta give up something.
I think we're gonna get either. Yeah, we have a lot of picks and probably.
We
like
might have to use one for next year
but-
because their second round. You can trade that second round, but you got to give a second round for next year.
Yeah,
and
so,
maybe
I mean,
a third.
I wouldn't be surprised if they trade a player too, like maybe like Greenlaw or somebody. You know what I mean?
You gotta have a target though, and you gotta know when to make that move because they need to make it right in the right point in the draft because somebody will steal from you. It's always a scary thing to do it on draft day because you hear about the 49ers are said to be trying to move up, and then they go to and now on the clock. And as soon as you hear that, what are they gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Yeah,
it's probably coming.
So I see them get on the offensive tackle. Like, because you don't know how much you're going to come back. So I see him get an offensive tackle or one of the top 5, like edge players, So that's what I think they're going to do.
Yeah, always an edge. You can never have too many edge players. Although we picked up a couple this offseason already.
Yeah, a lot of that's for depth and rotation and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but to get an absolute star, I guess it's possible. They could
you imagine we have like imagine we got a D4 2.0, like on the other side from Bosa. Man,
if only. Oh.
And don't forget Kinlaw. Kinlaw's gonna come back.
I think he's gonna be ready this year.
He's gonna come.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If he ain't paid, people ain't seen nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss DJ Jones, but I think Kendall's gonna come back like maybe like 3 times better than what he was the last couple of years.
Yeah, and the 49ers are banking on that too. That's why they let Lake and Tomlinson go too. They probably feel that Aaron Banks can handle it, and of course, like you mentioned, Javon Kinlaw. So, and we got that defensive line. It's stacked again already. 49ers are.
I mean, if you go put him up next to Trent Williams. And he sucks. He don't even belong in this. He don't even belong in the NFL
I know, right?
team.
How you gonna do bad next to Trent? They're not even focusing on you. Yeah.
But I do have more faith in Jalen Moore than Banks. But I mean, hopefully we can get like a decent this. And even if we can't get that much time, we didn't even have that much time to protect Jimmy. Now imagine with Trey. So he got legs. So I mean, and he's smart. He could read the field, and he could make great decisions on the fly, So I ain't tripping. It's just a matter of patience. You gotta be patient,
We're gonna find out, boy, because that offensive line has definitely got to get improved. Slick,
yes,
always.
All right,
man, I'll tell you what, Slick, we don't hear about you often enough. I tell you what, I'll be back Sunday and beyond, so I'll be looking for you anytime between now and then.
All right, sir. I try to come in more often and stuff.
All right, Slick. Have a great
day,
Robert,
have a good night.
You have a great Easter weekend. All right, fam.
Likewise. Go Niners.
That's always funny to talk to people. I've been doing Slick for ever. Hey, Steven.
What's up, Ronbo?
Steven, man, we're going over the Deebo episode, and it was nothing nice, according to what Deebo was talking about. It's kind of hard to believe. So we just chimed in on that, and actually we've designated where the fault lies. Was it Deebo's fault for putting himself in a position to be bothered with fans? Is it the 49ers who do this every year with dragging butt too long? You don't have to put that. It's like, Steven, here's the thing. If every year players don't like this particular clause, and I keep trying to pull it, because I got a feeling the 49ers try to pull the same thing on every player that's getting re-signed, because why is it almost routinely something in the contract, and usually has nothing to do with the money involved, there's something in the contract that player, I can't sign that. Why? Well, because look what it says. Now I'm left naked if something goes wrong here, and there. The 49ers love to try to protect themselves. I think some people take it, and some people don't. I guess Deebo's one of the people who don't take it. I don't know. I'm trying to guess. I could be wrong. Of course I can. But I wonder what it is the players never re-sign immediately.
Well, I mean, first off, the whole thing with Deebo and the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Am I really surprised? No, I'm really not. You either have to be the world's perfect wide receiver, the world's perfect football player, or you get completely harassed. You get harassed.
Mm-hmm.
You straight up get berated by the fans, and it's almost like they want you burned out of the stake.
I know, right?
They want you dead if you don't perform to their standards, and it's the dumbest shit ever. They did it to. They did it to Jeff Garcia. They definitely did it to Kaepernick. They definitely, I mean, shit, I'll be real with you. Even I was kind of like that towards, what was it, Eric Armstead. Nobody wanted Eric Armstead. Hell, we're doing it to McGlinchey.
Yeah.
We're definitely doing it to McGlinchey without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
He is like, no matter what he does, everyone's on his helmet. But, I mean, if you really think about it, it's like, we're on him, and we're on those players in a sense of like, okay, you guys suck. Jeff Garcia was one of those players that didn't really suck, but he was, just kind of stuck in a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Deebo. He's stuck in kind of a bad situation, but he's a phenomenal player. They're both phenomenal players when given the ball. For the fans to kind of turn on him kind of shows like, incoming players in the draft or players that are being traded in like, oh, yeah, we better do good. Otherwise, we're going to get death threats. We're going to get harassed. We're going to get racial threatening, all that.
Death threats. I can imagine.
It's a whole thing. And I'm like, are you guys stupid? Like as a player, you're going to be like, okay, I'll collect a paycheck, but I don't give a damn whether or not they say anything or not. But once the death threats start coming, I mean, hell, there have been players that have quit the game completely because of that.
Especially if they give you enough information to know that they actually can't hurt your family or something. Because you know what? If I got a death threat, I'd be talking back at that mofo at such a rate. Well, you come on down. I can tell you where you can find me too. And I'd be laying in wait. I'd be so mad about that. But if you're gonna hurt my family, I can't keep an eye on them at all times. That's another story, right? So it's a scary situation.
Now, this is another scary situation, but I was thinking about it. I was thinking, okay, 49ers, if they wanted to, what people don't understand, what they wanted to, if they could easily franchise tag Deebo.
Well, there's no need this year because his contract, we still have another year on his contract. He could, the only thing, they wouldn't owe him any money until next year. He could sit out the season and then he doesn't get paid.
Yeah, he could sit out the season and then hurt his trade value too.
Yeah.
And then it would hurt him on every front. Okay, I'm gonna sit out. Okay, you don't perform. You only gave us maybe a season and a half of like good performance. Okay, cool. You can sit out then, and then we'll pay you less because you decided to sit out, or we can trade you for peanuts because you hurt yourself. You can go to like a really bad team. Yeah. Now, if the 49ers were smart, Ronbo, if the 49ers were absolutely smart, and I say this in a literal sense, and I know a lot of fans don't like it, if they traded him, my destination for Deebo would most definitely, believe it or not, would be Jacksonville. Absolutely, I would pick Jacksonville as his trade spot. And they would give us...
Good pick spot, yeah.
I would, go big or go home and try and shoot for either Phoenix Sproles or Christian Watson. One of those two, at least. And to be honest, I kind of like Phoenix Sproles a little bit more than Christian Watson.
Yeah, I've not seen this guy you talk about. I haven't seen his skills. I saw Watson. Is he any faster or anything like? What was it about the one you're talking about now? What has he got over at Watson?
Phoenix Sproles. Okay, so the difference between Watson is Watson can run through a brick wall just as much as Deebo can. I like Phoenix Sproles because he's got that finesse. They're both deep threats, but Phoenix Sproles, in my opinion, is just better with the finesse. He can run the ball. He can definitely, he can do everything Christian Watson can do and more, but just imagine a better version of Brandon Ayuk. You know what I mean?
Whoa, that's saying something. Because Ayuk came around the second part of that season, displaying skills that I wasn't aware of until all of a sudden I seen it in the Cowboys game. I said, "Oh my God, that was ugly!" Woo! Oh my God, he did that to Diggs. So if he can do better than that, I want to see this.
Yeah, this is. I mean, really, like ideally, it's either Phoenix Burrows or Christian Watson. But if they go with Christian Watson, then we can definitely expect a very smash mouth wide receiver, very wide back heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, it's going to be interesting to see what the 49ers do. I have no idea. Stephen, have you thought about the second round pick if they don't trade up, what they'd pick at 61? You're damn near in the third round. And the third round pick, late in the third round, well, we got a few picks in the third round, I think. 2 or 3, right? Anyway.
We got a couple of them. Couple of, third round picks. Like, a lot of our picks are basically in the middle to last of the round. You know what I mean?
So you got to work in the middle of the draft.
It's not bad because they have a lot of collateral to trade up, but also if they don't trade up, they're doing great. They're sitting all right. It's not as bad as we thought.
Right, and they do well with late round picks. I mean, really well.
Yeah.
So.
And that defensive line, we don't have to worry about it anymore. If you really think about it,
not
really.
It's stacked.
We thought it was going to be. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's stacked to the point now. The 49ers don't need to do anything to that defensive line. It's fine. It's more than fine. I mean, it's ridiculously stacked now.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised on how they pulled that off because I thought it was going to be open season. I'm pretty sure like everyone else thought.
Right.
So if anything, I mean, offensive line and one wide receiver, and that's all we kind of really need, and one really, really powerful running back. Which reminds me, I never found out the name of that monster running back from I think it was North Carolina. I can't remember. It's like I was talking about it with a couple of friends of mine, and it's just like I just can't remember.
It'll come back to you. There's a cornerback that might be in this draft too. I'm not sure where if you're not going to pick up a cornerback in the third round though, or second or third round, I don't know where you pick him up. That isn't going to be worth a damn. That's the other thing, because there are some outstanding corners in this draft from what I've seen, from what little I've looked through that area. So we'll find out. Between them and wide receivers, they're everywhere on this draft. Whoa! And some of the cornerback, I think the fastest runner this year is a cornerback. From what I remembered a couple of weeks ago, dude's around near 4.2. A cornerback running at that speed. Jesus. That's an antidote for some of those fast guys.
Well, you can have all that speed, but if you're not good on your feet and you don't have the and you're not good on your hips, speed means nothing.
Yeah. If you're tight, can't flip them hips. Is Bryce Hall? Is that his name?
I think it is Bryce Hall.
Yeah.
I think so.
That's courtesy of Niner by Nature. Steve, look at this. We ran out of time. Steve, I'll be looking for you on Sunday if you got some time. You having a great day?
Yeah. I'll see you then.
All right. Looking forward to have a great Easter weekend, too, while you're at it. All right.
You too. All right, Ronbo. Have a good one.
Thanks, Fab. All right. And let's go check out Jason. Jason.
Yep.
Jason.
Bro?
Jason, ain't talked to you in about a week. How you doing?
All right. Just swamped. Get ready to go down to Miami in the morning.
All right.
Vacation time. And, if you ain't heard from me, that means work has been grueling. But
I'm gonna feel bad if they go any length of time and they're killing Jason, killing him.
Nah, man. It afforded me a nice vacation, so
all right,
it's all good.
Good.
It's all good. I don't want to depress you, Ronbo. I don't really, you're my man and all of that, man. But if I give you $100 and tell you got 53 players to sign. You got Big Trent eating up all his cap. You got Garoppolo just laying there. Somebody told me he was in Hooters last night, which I'd be in Hooters too.
I thought he was making that up. It's true then, huh?
He's in, it's the off season. Go to Hooters. You're a millionaire. Go to Hooters.
But don't get caught up in there. Jimmy is not good for being incognito. He just can't do it. I mean, you're out at a restaurant in L.A. where TMZ is just swarming with a porn star. Are you serious?
Oh, another porn star? Oh, no time.
No. This is the first episode.
Oh.
You know,
Oh, the
Jimmy.
first one, porn star
Jimmy.
Jim. Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy. Why? Y'all could have went anywhere but that. Oh my God. You know. So
The 49ers front office are great liars. They're sitting here trying to convince us, yeah, if we're gonna keep Jimmy, he's a good guy. You're gonna keep a $25 million guy on the team that is most likely gonna be sitting on the bench. They're trying to move Jimmy. Stop playing. But he's sitting eating the cap. Kittle's eating the cap. Bosa has yet to even wait till Bosa's contract talks.
Well,
it's just not looking good.
Killen Armstead got theirs restructured. So they've alleviated the cap some.
Okay, hopefully Trent Williams will flex some. And I think we already did the fullback, Juice, right? We restructured him.
Yeah, I don't know about him, but I do know that Eric Armstead.
We're gonna have to do a lot of look. Deebo, the reality is this: Deebo is gonna be like Tyreek Hill in the pockets. Can we afford to pay a wide receiver that kind of bread? Right now, we're like $1 million in cap space. All right, we get rid of Jimmy. We get $25 million. Do we give all that to Deebo?
No. Jason,
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but did you hear they already had, according to John Lynch, that Deebo and Nick have already been budgeted for. They're not worried about
They be
those
lying.
two.
That's what I'm saying, Ronbo. They be lying. Don't believe. Why would they tell us and the other NFL teams their actual strategy? They're throwing shit out there. I'm telling you.
But you know what, though? I do believe that the 49ers go through this with every player they re-sign, and this has been going on for years. I do believe the 49ers put something in the contract that most players find distasteful. This is George Kittle signed in August. There was no money problem back then. Fred Warner last year, same money. Why is it that everybody takes a while to sign?
At a time when we had it, though. But we had it at the time. At that time, we had the money. We got big players. We got big players on our squad now.
We were saying the same thing then. DeForest Buckner was here. We were saying the same thing then. We always talk about the money as if the 49ers don't have any control. Nobody leaves unless they want to leave. Now, DeForest Buckner did leave, but they offered him a nice, healthy contract. Indy just wanted to pay more.
Exactly. Okay. With that said, now if the Niners come at Deebo's looking at, that's why he scrubbed his account. He's looking at everybody getting all his money. So he's like, I know I'm worth that. Who knows what his agent is saying? He's going to go to the Jets. I'm telling you. He's out of here, man. We're going to have to draft a receiver. He's gone. I'm telling you.
Remember, Jason, Deebo has one more year left on his contract. He ain't going nowhere unless he gets permission.
Hopefully he doesn't sit out. Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's the thing. He can sit out, but you know he ain't going to sit out. That'll ruin his stock. So that's why you have to, if anything, you have to feel sorry for Deebo, because if the 49ers don't yield, he's still sitting between a rock and a hard place. He can't go nowhere. He's still got a
$1 million a year. He's getting paid like $1 million a year at this rate. That's just crazy, these rookie contracts. Yeah. But he was a second-round pick.
Deebo gets,
for whatever that's worth.
He gets 3 this year, by the way.
Okay. He has a big family. I don't know. I don't feel so positive about this. Just looking at the cap space. If we don't move Jimmy, oh, my Lord, forget about it.
Everybody says that, but it's not true. If the 49ers want to sign Deebo, all he has to do is sign. They've offered him the right amount of money. Somebody said he's already gotten the amount of money. There's some clause, as was the case with George and Fred, although Fred went kind of quickly. There's some clause the 49ers try to pull on people. Every year when they sign them, they try to pull
team
the same
friendly,
number.
some team friendly type of clause. I know what you're talking about.
Agents say, I ain't signing that. What is wrong with it? And then they go through this for days and weeks.
Parag is a scammer.
I know the dude
scamming people,
trying to mack on people in the office, and they don't play.
I hope we keep him though, man. I hope we keep Deebo. That would be so nice with
they're not
Trey
about
Lance.
to get away. Yeah, he's not leaving. I mean, it's almost guaranteed. Parag knows what he's doing, but Parag, I think he gets a little too slick, and agents come in. Parag. Come on, man. I ain't that fool you dealt with last year. Come on now. You know that ain't going to work. I really feel that's what's going on. because it's a joke. So I suspect though it is going to wait till July because that's what they do. I mean, remember George got signed in as late as August.
They let us down this year, though, Ron. You got to admit they did let us down this offseason, though.
Oh well,
just by not moving Jimmy, it cost us at least Lakin Thomas and DJ Jones and somebody else. That defensive end that I like, Arden Key. So
look what they did. They went out and
got some other guys. They got some.
So that's what I'm saying. The money was there. It's not about that. And they also Javon Kinlaw. They want him to have a bigger role this year anyway. So if
he comes back, that'll be great.
Well, they say he's pretty healthy. But DJ Jones was going to ask for whatever, and for that, Lakin Tomlinson, the 49ers stand on principle for certain positions. I noticed. Lakin, if he'd asked for too much, they just got Aaron Banks. So why am I going to pay him all that money? This is going to continue to be the case with 49ers. They're going to keep on drafting people to replace people. And that's
Bill Belichick style. And some guys are irreplaceable. Deebo is irreplaceable. We're not going to be able to get that.
They're going to sign Deebo. Even Belichick kept a nucleus. Yeah. So yeah,
Tom Brady. That was it. Tom Brady. That was the only nucleus.
And if anybody else asked for too much money,
everybody else was out of here.
There's a couple of guys, but every now and then, I guess some people would come back too. But some guys knew not to ask for anything. If they wanted, the best place they could stay was with the Patriots if they want to continue to win. Because with endorsements and everything else, you're still making mad money, unless it's just about being able to tell people what I make with the New England Patriots. But Tom Brady and Gronkowski, I think neither one of them ever spent their paycheck. They lived off of what they was getting from everybody else,
Yeah. All right, Ron, I'm going to get back to work, man. I just wanted to shout you out.
Yeah, we missed you, man. Ain't talked to you in a long time, so yeah. Have a good Easter weekend. Have a good time in Miami, too.
You too, man. Thank you,
fam.
All right, peace.
Night, fam. All right, fam, it's time for me to go get a tuna fish sandwich. and before you haters leave, especially you Rams fans, have you guys subscribed? We need you to do that. All right, because you guys can't come in here and enjoy the entertainment and fun, warm and comfy confines of the later 49er fan base and just walk away. and then hey, I see Big Show says 49ers has presence at Drake London's Pro Day. Oh. Drake London, I understand, is one of the best wide receivers that's not being talked about out there. There you go. And what was I? Oh, subscribe. Hit that like, fam. And thanks for the contribution tonight, guys. I really love it. You know I do. And I can't wait to see you Sunday. Happy Easter weekend. Have a good time. God, I love doing that.